colors blue around the house. Want the kid and on the iPad, which is fine, but you have a child. Exactly. And then what you're gonna do with the other child? Put the other one on the iPad? It would sick. Look, the stuff that this boy is doing is not making it's not making me feel okay about myself, and it's not even my child. But how is it that she hasn't removed him from the situation? Exhibit. Let me roll the bean footage. Hold on. Did I even set it up? I didn't even set it up. I ain't crap. Hold on. Hold please. Let me send that up. But I'm looking at the foolishness, and I was like, I lie. There's no way she's sitting down and thinking this is normal. No way she sat down and looked at this and it was normal. Let me see. Because I would have had to believe I set it up. Hold on. Maybe. Yeah, it was up. Look at this nonsense. I'm gonna get to see murder in a few. Look at this nonsense.
You're not put him down.
The motherfuckers telling you what?
Stop doing that shit, huh?
The motherfuckers telling you what?
You're not put him down.
What the hell is he doing? What the hell is the little boy doing? Why are you, Joy, reading in the grown man's back? Why is he, Joy, rating on this grown man's back? It behooves me. And she's saying put him down, and he doesn't even listen to her. She doesn't like him on camera because the boy humps him always. Oh my goodness. Then don't let him hump him off camera. Then he won't do it on camera. He likes a sensation on my. Don't start. Even the previous ones, if you can say she let that child sleep in the bed with the two of them, you were also willing to make me wonder if she was surviving by sacrificing her child and still is. This.
You gotta be up early.
I need John.
You need John's?
Oh my God, bro, you so sweet. What the heck? Are you Aquarius in me right now? I feel it's good.
No, it's giving you trying to go out.
So, I need John's.
What the hell are you doing?
Damn.
Damn, let go, Superior.
Strong, huh?
Yeah, and don't do that again. Y'all just kicking me.
Bro, you're too strong.
And the sad part about all this, even though she's trying on camera, because it's probably only on camera, he does not respect her boundaries either. The child has no boundaries, and Blue doesn't respect the mother's boundaries she's trying to make. He's actually disrespecting her by not even letting him get down. Why? I know you know the allegations on you, and I know you know what you did. Why would you keep the child on you on camera? You weird ass freak. But let Carl tell it. Oh, her son this and her that. But nobody wanted the crickets about that part. The crickets about this part of it. He would have had to go to his father. And I'm sorry, I'm not. My husband didn't sit and hold on to my kids, where to the point where if it's done, it's done. It's not up for debate. You got to get down. What are we talking about? How is it that he doesn't listen? So you have a child that don't listen, and I don't like kids that don't listen. So that was never going to work for me. That was not going to work for me at all. You had to listen. Why he doesn't listen? Just okay with this unruly kids. I don't like unruly kids. That's my pet peeve. I do not like unruly kids because if I tell you to do something, you should be able to do it. You have to listen. Never won't let him go to his father. He always asks for him. Maybe she has a reason, and if she has a reason, she's between a rock and a hard place because it doesn't seem like it's safe nowhere. It doesn't seem like it's safe nowhere. Why would you not? Well, she can't leave her with her mom, evidently, it looks like. And she's stuck, but you don't even have no program. I thought she said he was starting school. What'd he do? What'd he do? What happened to school? What happened to school? Him going to school? What happened to him going to daycare? What happened to him being around children, regular children? Then again, let me hold up because sometimes you send them with children and they start doing things and then they really know what's going on. She's not respecting her own boundaries. Snatch his little and had stand for something. That is true because she should have snatched him up and tell Blue put him down in a not with a laughing voice, with a straight voice, and have a talk with him that you do not like it and you're not going to keep on doing that. He was going to his father before then she stopped it. Oh wow. They both always laughing like it's so funny. That's the part that's annoying. It's not funny. There's nothing about it funny. There's kids getting abused every day. Every day. She's acting like if I don't know, bro. I have to sit down and understand that what is up with these girls that want to be loved? I want to be loved. And don't matter the cost of the love. She lied about the school because people have been telling her. Remember her saying, remember good touch, base touch, you trying to say bad touch. T- Yeah, that might be one of those too. Blue just pays more attention, pays more for the access. That might make sense. That might make sense. Because the little boy, is more attached to Blue than the mother. He's more attached to Blue than the mother. So what are you offering the boy? They're isolating that kid and there's a reason. That is sad. That is sad. His dad would take him and his siblings to play places and stuff. So, if you mean to tell me the dad is not watching this on camera and he's not trying to file for some kind of rights with his child? Because no real man would sit back and watch this and be like, oh, you know what? It don't matter. Hey, Ghanese, babe. It don't matter. My child is with the. And then you have some niggas that don't care who their child is with. Y'all must. I'm telling you, a lot of these men aren't real men. They're manure. They're manure. They're not real men. Right. She did say the father didn't have a place. Now maybe that's the issue. But if he doesn't have a place, I would have been like, bro, I will take him to the park. We could meet at the park so you could play with him or whatever. And then again, you could say that, but if the guy don't want to meet up, he doesn't want to meet up. So I don't even know. I think he had a grandma. Didn't she say it's not his house, it's his mom's house? Is the buyer dad getting paid too? Paid to do what, Mitas? Paid to do what? What do you mean by getting paid? You can pay me to violate the child. You can pay me to violate the child. You can pay me to sit and listen to a child scream. You can pay me to sit and watch a child punished. There's not enough in the world for me to watch that. The sister's house. I don't know why. Maybe the sister works. I don't even know the backstory. I didn't even know he has a sister. If I was watching this and this is my nephew, I would have a problem with it. I'll be all over there like I'm taking him for the summer by, or even Ryan for the summer. Why can't he go with his other? Well, never mind. If the dad don't have nowhere to go, he can't go. iPad parenting is iPad parenting is not being a parent. Having your child sit on the iPad for hours at a time is not being a parent. You have to have scheduled time for things. You have to have time to stimulate their brain. You cannot just put them on the iPad and let them be. And then when somebody come into the house, they get some attention and they don't know what they want to play. Take him to the park. Take him to the beach. Take him to Chuck E. Cheese. Take him to Dave and Buster's. Take him to do things. Take him to the arcade. Take him to the movies. Have a date time with your son where you could be like, oh, we're gonna go to In and Out. We're gonna go to McDonald's, even though it's not healthy food, God be. But it's easier poisoning him than to put him in the arms of a predator. Excuse me. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. The internet is the mammy and the pappy. The iPad is the mammy and the pappy because nobody want to watch their kids. Never lived in a shelter with her kid and admitted she was in Blue's baby girl video, and she said she was broke as F. How you broke with a kid and not get a job? She laughed at his dad not having a home, but never literally been homeless. I don't understand how you have a place, but you stay there. And again, only her and whoever else knows what the plot is. The plot just look crazy. It just looked crazy from outside. She laughed at his. Okay, she got what she wanted. Is shit face and a baby don't care about the outcome. Only thinking short term. The sad part, she's not the only one. Summer. She's not the only one. Every one of them he's dealing with and dealt with is the same person, different package. We're not talking about the unaliving and stuff that C Murder did. I'm talking about every female he's dealt with are the same people. I saw Rella dancing. Like, girl, you having a daughter for him. You not even safe. She's not even safe. You don't even know what is in his genes, but y'all just want to have baby with these niggas. Yeah, iPod is the lazy parenting. The child has no routine. That is the problem or structure. I used to put at 8 o'clock. My daughter had to go to bed. 8 o'clock. I don't believe kids are supposed to be up past a certain time for what their brain needs to rest. They need time to relax and rest and calm down and just grow as a child so that their body do what they're supposed to. People be having their kids up all hours of the night. I don't care if I'm not doing anything. You need some time off and I need some time off. We need separation. We need separation hours. So yes, I was that mom. You take a bath, you eat, you go to bed. Not necessarily in that order, but 8 o'clock was that. When my kids went to school, I think on the weekends, my husband let them stay up 9:30, 10. We didn't know. But what for? So they can't get up when it's Monday because they have to have structure. It has to have structure. Even if when my child was with me, she still had to have structure. It wasn't about because when you don't start implementing things, it takes a while for you to make them. And if she's going from his house to her house to Indiana back and forth, there's no structure. When you all over the place, there's no structure. There's no routine. Hey, Fripp, happy Thursday. Hope everyone is doing well and avoiding the heat. It's hot. It's hot as hell. You hear me? Though the buyer is getting paid, but whatever he was able to give, she needed for survival. Blues broken as just as more and than him. I bet his son watches all this. He will have a lot of resentment towards him. They don't care about their kids. None of them care about their kids because if they care about their kids, they will stop being selfish. They would stop being selfish. But look at who the parents are. The parents didn't care about them either. To be honest, I can't stand a person that depends on another person for everything. Heal and go get it. Yep, that is what you do. He has siblings from the father. I don't understand if he talks to them. She can make arrangements to bring him with to see the father. I know Blue was asking her why she has the baby mother's number. He's stupid because she explained it simple. It's her siblings, but he's an idiot, so common sense doesn't work for him. My son and I have a little mommy son night. We go out, have different adventures. Well, I hope the other CI puts in some work soon. I don't know. I know people like to be like, oh well, it's look. I don't understand why you don't give your kids structure and a routine from a small age. So when they get older, you're not trying to make one because they're not listening to you because you didn't enforce listening or none of that stuff. People always want to fake the funk and be like, oh, well, you know what? Let me try to be a parent today. Well, you should have been a parent a long time ago. Then all of a sudden, oh, you have to go to bed. Oh, you can't play on the game. Oh, you can't do this, but you didn't do it a long time ago. You want to do it now. It should have been done. It should have been done. I don't understand how people don't. I don't understand how people don't make structure. 8 on the dot. Me too. Blue play in her face all day. Other day he said to the chat he has 2 kids and 4 baby mamas, and that went over her head. She was cracking up. That went over my head too, please. That went over my head. And I'm not blue versed to unlock his stupidity. I was never versed on blue foolishness. So I'm not even going to try to make that make sense. Because he says things for attention and say things to think it's funny. He's one of them people that just will say things to try to hurt your feelings, and I would have hurt his feelings back. It's just ridiculous. And she could laugh all she wants to, but funny mother. Okay, when it comes to per dog, I always have conversation with my kids. We have conversation at home. Absolutely, they don't with dogs and end up with STIs even in the summer. My child still have a bit time and weekends. They have to. They have to. I don't understand. And again, everybody raised their children to please them. That was taught to me a long time ago. You have to have some downtime for yourself. Whether you want to watch TV, you want to read a book, you want to listen to music, you want to play some white noise music. You want to? I like to listen to waterfall, water, rain on the rooftop. That's my thing. Because you have to have time as well to reset, plan, and think. You might have had a crazy day. You don't want to have to be talking about go to sleep, stop the noise. Who you want to? That's how you think and plan and figure stuff out. Everybody is in can't live in the same chaos. It's ridiculousness. He and the man said she said that is true. He's only doing what she allowing because she think, oh, if I girl, please. Uh she must think he talking about her when only two kids. I don't think she thinks that. She's an idiot, but I don't want to think she's that kind of idiot. I wouldn't think she thinks that, honey. Oh, child. We're having very poor quality here. The New York due to the wildfires in Canada. Is anyone else experiencing this? Yes, I saw that too with Rollage and music video. Blue's barely claiming his kids for it. He called his kids bonus kids. He does that to try to strike a card. And the fact that any people are picking it up and putting it down makes no damn sense because they know he's a damn idiot. Because now none of your kids are his family. No, Ohio has smoke. Nah, he doesn't want Superior to talk to his siblings because something might slip. Not I'll be there next week and want to be outside. Outside. No Fripp, you do not need to be outside. Hey baby boo. You do not need to be outside, ma'am. Outside. Stay inside. You ain't dilated. His bonus kiss. Yeah. Like he just says I think he says things to rage bait and he says things to piss people off. Because kids are more likely to confide to other children. You gotta think he's been doing this for a minute. Predators no. That is true. Said he's ready to be a full-time dad now. Who's ready to be a full-time dad? Carl said Blue has the summer off, as he should. When it comes to the kids, but she was in prison the last 2 summer. Jacqueline Oliver was he? Yeah, y'all just have smoke. Look, Carl would say anything to justify this boy's behavior. She will say anything to justify his behavior. The problem I am having is that I don't understand why Nivea don't grow some balls and get her life together. It doesn't make no sense when you listen to these grown adults say these things and it's supposed to be funny or it's supposed to be she's smarter than an average bear. That's why I said she failed as a mother, as a grandmother. How you mean he's supposed to be on some break? And he does not, let's be clear. If he doesn't want to be bothered with the kids, he does not have to. He does not have to. I would never force somebody to be bothered with my kids, especially if you have tendency. Yeah. You stay over there. Don't be over here. Stay over there. I'd never force a man that looks weird and behaves weird to be around my kid. Not forcing you to do none of that. You could stay on that side of town. But at the same time, the excuses she make does not make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Remember the word Howard's son was molested and saw stuff from his dad and went to his siblings' house and tried to touch them. This was as recent as a year or so ago. I believe I read something about it with the son he has with Dwight Howard. Is that the one that has a son with Royce? Is that the one that has a son with Royce? I told you, Reb. I'll be gone and the unborn would be dropped off at the firehouse. Yes, Stormy did say that. She said the unborn would be dropped off at the house. Okay, yeah, because I think there's something a little bit off with the little boy, with their son. And again, that stuff has permanent damage with your child. If you don't pay attention and things happen to your child and you just play along to get along or you just want to act like it's going to go away, that does not go away like that. It's like mental illness. It's not like, oh, it's just a fixer upper. Some people are functioning mental ill people, and then you have some that they cannot function. You have to lock the up, and throw away the key. I don't know this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Fripp, yep. Same scenario that happened with Spick. That is crazy. And I think everybody's taking light of it. Everybody's like, "Oh, they just look so stupid. She just stupid. She just stupid." Y'all are saying she's stupid for the for the wrong reason. I don't. There's no way she. I saw a part of the clip where Nivea said, "Oh, I'm gonna give up. You could give up. Why are you paying my apartment, babe? I mean, we could give it up to one of your friends. Girl, is you slow or is you slow? You don't give up no place that you have and go live with a nigga forever. You don't give up your place. What are you talking about? You literally keep your place so when the shit go away, you have somewhere to go to with your child and your children. Who the hell gives up their place that they have? They're talking about, oh, we could give up the who? Who? Ah. Well, let me stop because I kind of did. Still with the nigga to this day. Still with the nigga to this day. But I had my own. I had my own. And and I said, wait a minute. I was like, who did that? Wait a minute. I got to look back. I kind of did that, but I had my own shoes. There should not be a ruggedy child if she want to be in that new house. I don't want to be in nobody's house but my own. First of all, I don't even go visit my children. I don't even go visit my children. I don't like to be in people's house. That's how I know I couldn't cheat and have a boyfriend outside. Because I couldn't stay at their house. I need to be in my bed, my house, my bed. I couldn't cheat and have a boyfriend outside. It wouldn't work for me. Child. I'm so set in my ways with a lot of foolishness. That would make sense. This is what happened when in the 34 thing they're trying to get big. I saw a clip last night of Niven Blue. She was giving Superior some juice before sending him to bed to get ready for school. Blue asked her what time it starts. What did she say, Treasure? She want to be in the house. She asked him why is he playing for rent, but she shouldn't be forcing her way into. And he will pull the rug from under her, shaking my head. I mean, maybe she like living on the goddamn edge. Not with no two child, no way. Poor kids. This is what happens when. Okay, I saw that. She said 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., but she's dropping him off at 8. Oh, damn. She got used to be rappers. Blue loves taking the kids to school. With all jokes aside, what school starts 6:30 in Kelly? CC, I'm just ignoring unless he's in. I'm just ignoring. I wish I might. My dude wants us to buy a house together and sell ours. I am crazy, not dumb or stupid. I'm getting ready to build a little house by myself. You have to have your own. You have to have your own. I know some people like to trust their dude and be like, oh, he's the man and he has to run things. First of all, depending on the day, I'm a whole nigga. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? No, I promise you. I've told the story when them male patients used to think they finna rile me up and drive me crazy. I had to tell one. I said I'm a whole nigga underneath these scrubs. What's up? What we doing? Who? Please. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't teach my kids that. I don't teach my kids that. I don't teach my kids to depend on people. I teach them how to get their own. Each one of them, I teach them the same way I was taught. Nothing's wrong with having your own and you and his make more. But to just sit there and want to be kept, if you depend on somebody to feed you, you're depending on somebody to starve you. If you depend on somebody to feed you, you're depending on somebody to starve you, because that's right. When he's ready to pull it from underneath her, he has all control. You're supposed to have your things in place and have things for yourself, or have your own thing. And when you want to retreat and you need a clear head, you could be like, all right, deuces, I'm going to see you later when I see you. My husband liked to tell me he needs to find him a place and invite me once once a year because as soon as I walk in, he start hearing my mouth. As soon as I walk in, he's like, "Damn me, I know you're here because you start complaining." And do. Why the lights on? Because he know I'm a vampire. Turn the lights off. Why the lights on? Why is your music so loud? I put your hair. Mm-hmm. He's like, that's why when I move, you can only come back on Thanksgiving. I'm like, that's cool too, and I'm not coming. Like she says all the time, baby, I'm put up. You, hey Angel, you don't have to put me up. I'm not. I don't feel bad about that at all. I'm not. Everybody to each is their own different strokes for different folks. I promise you, if that's your stilo. If that's your niche, if you want to be kept, you want to be. Oh, I'm a wife. I'm a wife. I'm a wife. It's a wife. It's a this. First of all, in my head, I'm single. Me and the friends in my head tell me I'm single all the time. I'm not going to sit here and tell marriage is not for everybody. I'm not going to promote that. Marriage is not for everybody. I'm not going to tell you being a thought is for everybody. Some people love thought life. Always life. I've heard it many times. What I'm not, but what I will tell you is make sure you always have your own. You always have to have your own. You always have to have a backup plan, and you always have to make sure you know when things fall off. Because let's say they don't move on. Let's say they die. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do when you don't have your own because you're sitting there want to be kept or put up? Put up for what? Goodbye. Then when he was in Blue's lap, whining, saying he wants John, and she mocked him, calling him a girl. It's like she's competing with her child for Blue's attention. I'll say this, and with all due respect, but my disrespect, I listened to that little boy whining. I'm like, he would have drove me drinking. Because why the fuck you crying every minute for? Excuse me. Keep me. I want to retire. I can retire myself, Joya. I don't need that. I don't need a nigga. I trained myself a long time ago. I want you. I do not need you. There's a difference. I don't want anybody to think that they're a need in my life. I could want you, but need you? Mm-mm. Because one thing you're not going to do is play in my face and make it seem like, oh, I don't feel like, I don't want to, or oh, if you don't feel like give me no money, I have to ask you for money for to go buy kids stuff, and I have to ask you for money. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me get my own. My stepdad kept his apartment the whole time he was with my mom and told us it's for just in case. You have to have a plan. Life has a way of turning your life upside down. Have your way of turning your life upside down. You have to have a plan. No, ma'am. I don't want to retire. I don't want to. I don't want to depend on no man. Absolutely not. See, murder pretending she ain't seeing or watching everything when we all know she ain't Mr. B when it comes to Blue and his circus. Oh, you know she's watching. Nobody. She's not fooling nobody but her cult. No, but for real, my mom always said, always have your own stash put away, married or not. You have to. You have to. Because there's stuff like this that you're watching on the internet that girls are going to look at and be like, you know what? At least she's in a mansion or no. I don't care if I'm in a studio. All I need is a peace of mind. See, peace of mind costs more than what people understand. I love my peace of mind. I love my peace of mind. I don't care how. I just want it. I don't have to have a 10 acres property, 50 acres. I just need some peace of mind. I need that space where I could go and I could hear my own heartbeat and I could hear my brain. I could hear myself thinking because I think out loud. I just need that. That is something that is a need. It's not a want. So I don't know why people be like, oh well, oh that's why you're jealous because she has what? No. When you die, you don't have a U-Haul truck. You're not taking nothing out of your bank with you. You don't have a U-Haul truck. And people could say, oh, that's that poor people mentality, whatever, but it's still peace and it's not a lie. You're not taking nothing with you. And when you live life in a peace setting where you're not chasing chaos and chasing problems and chasing wickedness, when you transition, it usually should be peaceful. What the hell you need all of that for? Joya, mom always said put some away every time you get money from him. Also, because you never know when it's a rainy day, because it might rain tomorrow and it might not. You might have a good 5 good years of speed and everything is beautiful. And one day he come home, calling you from that whole house talking about I ain't coming back no more. And you stuck, don't know if you're coming or going. I'm divorced. My kids are grown and I live alone and I love it. Stormy, my kids have this thing in their head that believe that I cannot live alone. They believe I cannot live alone. Their belief. So they make sure they torture my soul. And mind you, I don't know who told them that. But I don't know. She's young, and I can't use young as an excuse. I cannot use young as an excuse. I don't believe using age as an excuse for bad behavior. I do not believe that. You look at all of their parenting skills, you're trying to figure, huh? Who raised you? How come and these kids are not getting trained to, oh, nothing with common sense. It's all the internet. And don't get me started about the Roblox, because Roblox is something new. I don't know nobody in my family that do Roblox, so I can help y'all. I don't know where it begins and where it ends, so I can't speak on Roblox. I have those type of kids too, clocking my ear. I'm telling you, the other one sent me a message last night too, talking about at Saturday we're gonna go this place, and I just want you to know to get ready. I'm like, Lord, every day she has a message. Um, I'm not married, but I live with my two kids. I love it. I'm sitting there on it all. Hey, whatever works. I'm not, what works for some might not work for some, because you gotta understand, life is not a one glove fits all. Some people prefer to be kept when they got a good man and it works for them. If it works for you, you have a good man. Absolutely, ride that train, but don't be stupid. Some people prefer working and they're supposed working. Whatever works in your life, whatever is your 100. Because some days you get up and you 10%. You're supposed to be the 90 to make sure we get to the 100. Sometimes they're at 20% and you got to be the 80. Whatever works in your household, people are supposed to allow. What I'm saying is not oh, that is the Bible and it's written in stone. It's whatever working in your household. But at the same time, don't not save and don't not have nothing for yourself, or don't sit there and depend on a man to feed you, or don't sit there, and I ain't shit one at that. I ain't shit one at that. And you can't tell me that nigga does not know a whole lot of. You gotta tell me the way how these new niggas are, the new bitches. You can't tell me that nigga don't know a lot about what Blue has going on. If Jaden could get on this internet and talk about his activities in prison, in county and prison, you best believe this one knows some of his activities, because he looked like he liked to talk a lot. So you know certain things. You look at certain things, because she was the one that was in the pool talking about she put her finger in his booty hole. Wasn't she? Correct me if I'm wrong, because it's too much of them to keep up. She was the one that was saying he liked the finger in the booty hole. So she knows a lot. And I'm sorry. I've had to impact people. I'm not pushing my hand in your butt. My raw hand in your butt, not happening. I have impacted people, and I've had wear more gloves than the law allow to impact people. Why would I push my hand in? But you pushing your finger in shit. Point blank period. Don't let nobody fool you. If you decide to go push your hand in anybody's butt right now, you're pushing your hand in shit. That's why the tambourine players tell you that they will douche and do what they do first before they go on the activities on the sexcapade, because you have to douche. So why would I be pushing my hand in a bit? Goodbye. Just, and again, if that's your life, let it flow. Let it flow. I'm not judging. I'm judging, but not judging, because I'm not doing it. At least so he suffers with diarrhea of the mouth. Right. I gotta believe she knows. So you know all these things, and you still are okay. There's no real man that wants a finger in their butt. A man. I'm not talking about the ones that are tambourine players. No real man, yeah, Nivea. No real man is telling you to put their finger in their butt. I know patients that didn't want you to impact them when you had to dig that shit out. Why the hell would anybody want finger in their butt? Please. And then you as a person was upset that you had to dig it out. What are you talking? Please, no, absolutely not. And again, if that's for you, it's for you. Whatever floats your boat. Summer, one of these days, I'm going to tell you about my life back then when I was in them fields. When I was in the healthcare field, I will tell the story when I was outside doing them things. Child, whew. That's why Chris got that color before he went out to LA. Well, if you know anything about colonic, it doesn't work like that. But First of all, if you've ever had a colonic, all I feel like it gave you, all it feel is like gas. You just feel like a swole fish. It doesn't do anything for me. It didn't do anything for me. It was a waste of time, and I only did it because my oldest wanted to do it. I said, never again. Don't do that. Don't invite me. I'm that mom that my kids like to invite me on adventures that I have no business doing. hmm I will promise you that. They love to have me to do things with them that I have no business doing. But I'll be with it. I'll be with the shits. I'll be with it. But colonic doesn't really do anything for you. All they end up telling you is drink a lot of water when you're done. You kind of feel lightheaded. They might get a little bit of water. You have better luck drinking some Cena or drinking some Merlox or drinking some prune juice than to do that. I promise you. Mine were great. Definitely. Okay, I believe you. Mine was annoying. Even when they put the whole, even when they had to put the stuff in your butt for the water to full. At least I know you a little bit strange, Jackie, because I don't know why you wanted that stuff in your butt. Karen said she love. Sure, Karen, let me find out. You like get them playing in your booty too? No, the booty gang, the booty gang. But I say all that to say, and again, I'm not saying he's done anything to the child for the weird ones listening. I am saying it looks suspicious. It looks suspicious. It looks suspicious. I was constipated forever and it worked so good. I was grateful. The hell? That is not a cure for constipation. Something is wrong with you. I'm shit free, not no boo boo. Oh, that good old flush before class club ain't no joke. Oh yeah, that's a demon right there. Psh, I know. I used to offer it too. I'm telling you, one of these days when all of this is said and done, I'm gonna tell you about my life when I was in that field, boy. I've seen a lot, been around a lot. But at the same time, I don't understand how she sits there and see her child, and it's weird because it does seem like she's competing for his attention for with her child. I'm not a. Mm, it must be weird. Maybe she have abandonment issues. Oh, you're a different kind of animal, Jackie. You're a different type of animal. You no, ma'am. No, thank you though. But you can have your colonic. I don't want no more. I had one that was in it. I'm telling you, when I'm constipated, all I need to drink is some water. That's it. And coffee is the man. Water is the girl, but coffee is the man. Um, the prep didn't work for me the last time. What did you eat? That's why. How you mean it doesn't work for you? Did you drink all of it? And I know they change it now where they have it with flavored. We had a few people walk in the ER because they put coffee. People do the strangest thing, don't they? Don't they? Sonny. People do the strangest thing. I'm just saying, people do the strangest thing, and it makes you look at them sideways. Because why? Mm-hmm. I was so sick it came out everywhere. What you mean everywhere? What you mean everywhere? You got my attention now, Joya. Everywhere? How you mean it came out everywhere? You need to elaborate. That don't sound right. Mm-mm. Joya, you got the flow. What you mean everywhere? I don't need it coming out everywhere, nowhere. And I love to remind you, if you are backed up, if it don't come out the back end, it'll come out the front end. That's not a lie. But I love to remind that if it don't come out the back end, it will definitely come out the front end because it has to come out. And then the belly be distended and hard. And, child. Nope. Even what I purchased, I go in tomorrow to see. Yeah, I tried many things. Okay. Well, keeping my fingers crossed for you, for it. On the top, drinking. No, what you mean? Did you poop? What poop was coming from where? We had one man come in last night because he put her bill. And FYI, ER stories are they. I don't care what nobody says because people always talk about HIPAA, HIPAA, and HIPAA. I don't care what you said. Nurses and doctors will talk about you after you leave. That's the policy. Don't care about nobody talking about, oh, you're not supposed. Yes, you do. Hey, Nurse Aaron. Yes, we do. We will talk about how you smelled, how you behaved, how you acted the fool, what you did, what you didn't do. Yes, we do. It's always a conversation. It's not going to be kept in a vault and they're going to walk up and be like, we're not. Yes, we're going to talk about what the F you did and how you look stupid, why you did, because look where you ended up. Because it's education. We will tell people so you don't do that stupid ish. But I say all that to say, after constipation and after that, at some point in time, if she comes out and say that something happened to her child, she need BTA. Maybe she won't. Maybe she'll have to keep it and hold it in if something do happen to that boy. But if Nivea come out and say something happened to that boy, or if Nivea come out and said, oh, Spectacular been doing strange thing to Solar, she has to eat that and she'll have to own that. The simple fact is because you putting your child in these positions for what? You're not gaining nothing. Oh, maybe he stopped calling you a bit and a 3 or 4 just right now, but it's not doing anything. They told me I cut up, so I know I was gonna butt in the back. Oh yeah, you gonna be one of them one we talk about all the time. Shoot. I didn't time the drink and just chugged it before my exam, and I was so you. Mm-mm. You're wild, Joya. Never mind. Jug it. I mean, you did it like a pro, because most people try to be struggling to drink that goddamn mixture. But she'll have to eat that. She will have to live with that secret if something happens to her child. But back to what I was saying. If while everybody's all happy with the circus giving them content, everybody's all happy with the circus giving them content, right? You got to think about when everything is said and done, what is everybody going to do? I'm not talking about me. I will find something else to do. I'm talking about the rest. I'm not talking about content creators. I'm talking about the people that are left holding whatever of whatever left. The loans, the circus freaks. What are they gonna do when their favorite main characters are either in hell or in jail? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do when their main characters are in hell or jail? When you can't bleed your main characters for money, you can't milk them for money, you can't use them for money. What is the plan? What is everybody in the circus plan? Because this will not go on forever. And I'm not saying that because nothing goes on forever. You can't have a bad time forever, just like you can't have a great time forever. Things will change. Time change, days change, you have season change, things will change. And when all this come to an end, because they'll have to. What are they going to do? Is everybody making provisions for what'll happen next? Because it cannot go on forever like this. And let's say for talk's sake, let's say the Blue has more victims. Let's say he has more victims, but just for conversation's sake, he has more victims, right? And one of these days, one of them victims get triggered by seeing him picking up this little boy, picking up this little boy, picking up this little boy, get triggered and decide to come forward and say he did XYZ because there's no expiration date on that. What happens? I don't even think they're thinking past him next week. What happens if he has more victims for this conversation's sake? He has more victims. And one of his victims see him doing all this touchy-feely, kiki-kaka, laughing on the internet and decide to say, you know what? Enough is enough. I need to put a report on this guy because this is what he did to me, so-and-so at this time, at this place, and I need it investigated. I don't want to sue him for money. I want investigation. I want prosecution. Then what they're going to do? Oh, yeah, Carl could get on the internet and say it's a lie all the time, but that won't help her. That won't help her. What will happen? What is his plan? What are they going to do? Because whatever happened in the dark comes out in the light. Or the old saying, well, don't get out in the wash, comes out in the rinse, right? What are they gonna do? What you gonna sit down and say, oh, it's a lie, it's a money grab, they just want to bring a black Carl will say what? Oh, they just want to bring a young black rich nigga. Now, what excuses will be had? What excuses? It doesn't make sense for everybody to pretend like that. Like, oh, if I pretend it didn't happen, it will go away. That's not how it works. Because all it takes is one trigger. One trigger. And that whole playhouse, that penthouse you got, will come tumbling down. It will come tumbling down. Then what? Everybody that had him around, their children, and everybody that was in proximity to him or adjacent to him started wondering, oh, or the people will be like, oh, it never happened. It could have never happened because I know him, character witness. I know him from he was this age. I know him from this. It could never happen. He would never do all that BS talk. All that BS talk. Right. Oh, y'all just want to bring a black man and a black woman. That's not necessarily true. Everybody don't want to bring nobody down. Everybody want the truth to reveal. And the truth stands wherever it stands. And the thing about the truth, it doesn't change. It doesn't waver. It is what it is, the truth. He ain't got nothing that nobody want. He okay getting on the internet talking about, oh, he like Dookie. First of all, for you to sit there and say you like Dookie, us people that had to do it as an occupation don't even like it. But you talking about, oh, you would eat man, first of all, get the hell out of here. You're just disgusting and you don't know what to do with yourself and expose your disgustingness. But like I said, if this is something that is hereditary, that he got it from a chemical imbalance and it's in their family, either on both sides or on one side, and it gets in his kids' gene, think about it. His kids are at risk. Kids are at risk or because of what might be in his kids. Because you don't pick and choose which child get it. You can't pick and choose which child will have it and which child won't. You can't say, oh, see, murder child will have it, but the rest of them won't if it's hereditary. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. But I say all that to say I hope everybody have a plan and everybody's thinking that there's more to this. This doesn't stop right here. You see how Charles and Goodnies have all them kids and them kids got grandkids and then you have more Aunt Malone's running around? That could be the same thing. That could be the same scenario with him. But everybody's like, oh my goodness. Yes, look at him playing with look at him. He's sowing seeds. He's sowing seeds. Let me take you back even farther for this conversation. Let's say Blue has 6 STI. Let's say he has 6 STI. In the chat, drop which 6 you think he has. Let's say he has 6 STI. In the chat, let's which 6 do you think he have? If I was to say he has 6 STI, which 6 would you say he have? For conversation purpose, don't jump in it. Don't get in beside your goddamn self. Let's say there were 6 of them. Which 6 would you say he have? We definitely got all the other messed up. The next 2 top of what was given to him. Everyone talking. Take. People don't pay attention. Okay, Chanel said 1 herpes. Peanut says, Sid gonna crub HPV. Herpes. So that's 4. That's 5. Okay, you need 1 more. Chanel, you need 5 more. And this is a participation class, so we could learn. Syphilicious. Herpes, gun club, HPV. Y'all be. How come y'all be having 5 and not 6? Civ, Hunter, Herpes, crabs, Civ, Hep C, Herpes, and they probably got worms too. Ew, I don't do worms. I'm sorry. That's where I draw the goddamn line. I don't do worms. I don't care who it is. Only demonic behavior involves waste playing and eating or drinking. Herp, Ghana, Sif, carbs, clap. 2 for 6. HIV 6, my bad. The 3 letters. Hey, if worms is where I draw the line. He's got the blue waffles. Ugh. Safe herps, HIV gun. Devlin said herps. And I'm not sure. He got it all. Okay. Let's play a game of what do you guys know? Oh, okay, you guys know how many kinds of hepatitis there is, right? You know how many? Sonny will know, and anybody in the healthcare will know. You know how many type of hepatitis there is, right? There's the common ones. There's I don't know. I just Googled it online. Now, why would you Google it on the phone? Something's wrong with the laptop. Something's wrong. He's got something new. This is. I forgot about hepatitis. Yes, my grandma had it. I think. You know what? Y'all always have to put people's business out there. Okay, A, B, and C. Okay. Karen, Jackie Karen. Jackie Karen over there on your behind. Okay, do you know which one is the most common one? Do you guys know which one is the common one? He should have had them all tattooed on his face. It's like 4 or 5. There's I think the 3 most common. There's like 5, but there's like 4. There's like the A, the B, the C that are more common. Like, you know, what is A? Does anybody understand what A is? Because when you're in prison, the reason I want you guys to think it through, because you could think it through, you could literally think this through. When you're in prison, and I've said it, when you're in a prison or you're in a dorm, what is the most common hepatitis? When you're in the prison or like in a dorm system, what is the most common besides from crabs? I mean, louse. Don't worry about the spelling. We're not tripping off the spelling. Hey, Nikki, come in. The only A we know is the package. V words. Not the A. B, no. Which one do you think they get most common when they're in prison? All right, C. Because what do they do in prison? What is one of the main thing they do in prison? What is one of the main things they do in prison? They like to do tattoos. Exactly. Tattoos. Right. They like to smack some tattoo, share needles. Absolutely, tattoos. So off the bat, right there, when you look at him, you're looking at him like you could be like, okay, you're a poster boy for Hep C, because why you got so much goddamn tattoos? Again, he has YSL tattoo. Yeah, he has it on the side of his head, but he also had it before he went in. So you got to think, when you think about prison, you think about STIs, and you think about stuff that you could. Okay, these are stuff that we're going to do objectively. They succeed. I shouldn't have, but the way I was typing that. But remember, these are objective things that you could literally objectively pay attention to, and you could say, okay, Karen, don't laugh with Nikki because Nikki just came from the side. This is just stuff that you could literally think about and make it make sense. No, we're not saying he has it, but we're looking at the stuff that he could possibly be walking with, right? Tattoo. The A is usually like, and he should have hep A as well. Why would he have hep A if he was to have hep A? Why would he have hepatitis A? Doo, doo, doo. He's been itching and burning since Jesus was born. Yes, it has to do with that, but what is the main thing that you get because of hep A? What is the main thing? What is one of the main reason you would get hepatitis A? There's a main reason. One main reason why you get hep A. Dinosaur. Fecal matter. Fecal matter. Poop. The good old caca. You know, like you go to the store, you start eating the strawberries off without washing it. They say fluids will have fecal matter too, or they'll say the water could be contaminated. But poop, you go into, like I said, people that like to eat strawberries or eat berries or pick from the store. Maybe the kids walked in, didn't wash their hand, was playing in. You know, there's just because of fecal matter is one of the most reason people have the hep A. If there's a D and E, he's got that too. He's probably the reason we can't eat. He can't be. I'm playing. Oh, the poop hitting his face. They know what's talking about. Not only that, but he said he likes eating butt. And I don't think they be washing their fruits and vegetables properly. I'm just saying. I don't even eat strawberries because I just don't trust them. I miss them. First of all, I'm going to the farmer's market and get me some strawberries, and I'm going to wash my fruits. I'm not playing with y'all. She. Jail hoochie in their toilet water, even with the jail tattoos, pinworms, right? So when you look at stuff that you could think of that he might have, you could literally slim it down. You could say, okay, hep A and C, A, B, and C, he probably have all. I'm not saying he does for the weirdos. I'm saying he could have all. Back in the days, I know someone that got shot about his ups, but the bullets, and he's no longer here. Oh, this is for entertainment and education. Thank you, Sonny, because somebody going wrong with him. Be like, oh my God, she said, I am trying to let people think. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys another question because this is a participation class, and the only way you're gonna learn is if you also educate yourself, trust and verify. What are the main common STI that people get when they go to prison? I just put strawberries back today. I'm gonna get me some strawberries. I don't play with you. Though none of them look like they got clean, but Okay. Let's try something else. Let me give you an easy question. I'm gonna give you an easy question while you're trying to tell me what are the most common STI caught in prison. What is it that Bruno baby mother said he had? Listening. See, because we're just dealing with facts, not the real. Herps. Anal world. Not anal world. Here I go with my idiot self. Yes. So, Bino's baby mother, everything in mankind, said he had that thing. She showed the pills he's taking for that thing. Can that thing be cured? Can you cure it? Do you know that herpes is one of the most common widespread infection STI in prison? The most wide. And why do you think that for people that are in custody? Why do you think it's the most common one in prison? Herpes. Why? Do you know how you can get herpes? Just a question. Do you know how you could get herpes? So if herpes is very prevalent in the prison world, when my brother gets out, he going to have to let me see that my child before coming to my property. I know that's right. Yes, you can, according to the late Dr. CB. I'm not playing with you, Nikki, because you know Dr. CB's gone. Stop playing. Toilet, no cure for the outbreaks of herpes. Wash them in bleach. They probably sharing utensils. Huh? What is one of the most common way to get herpes? Okay, so by now y'all supposed to know eating, sucking, kissing both have open sores. Right. And yep, that good old fashioned. So if Bruno baby mother showed that he had herpes with the pill, you know that C Murder was playing house and sucking feet on Bruno. What do you think? What is a possibility of C Murder having herpes? Remember, it's something that comes and goes. It lives with you. It stays with you forever, ever, forever, ever. It's that's you. That's your. You have a twin for the rest of your life with that, right? If she has by sitting on Baba, right, right. So if she was messing with, oh boy, do you think that she caught? And he couldn't have been the only person that had it. Don't you think that she could have had it as well, and they could have shared it? She could have walked in, have it, he have it. They just swapping it back and forth because they both have it, just for the conversation, right? So if you think about it, we've covered the hepatitis. Now we're down to herpes. What are the possibilities you think in Blue Schools having herpes is? What is the possibilities? One being the lowest and 10 being the highest. What are the possibilities of him having the herpes? She already had it. She could have already had it, and he could have already had it according to his baby mother, because she was the one that showed his pill. What is the possibility of her having it? And I want you to think about 159%. I want you to think about it. And this is something that I've always told people, especially when the vid came around. People used to be like, "Oh, it's just for black people. It's just for poor people." The vid was for poor people and black people. And disease and disorder does not discriminate. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor, black or white, pink or brown. That it doesn't work like that. Diseases don't work like that. It doesn't say, "Okay, I'm gonna get you, but I'm not gonna get you." It also depends on how you handle yourself for the most part and how your immune system is set up, right? The meter said to be continued. Blue owned the trademark for her the way his lifestyle is right. So if we're guessing what he might have, you could sit down and say, okay, with that tattoo lifestyle, he probably have hips. With the poop story and all that, and him talking about he liked to eat booty, and most of them girls, because we know C Murder wasn't clean. That he had all them letters in the hips allegedly. If you want to play that game, so when you think about the herpes, because herpes is most commonly spread in a prison. Right now, we're giving him two, right? We're giving him two, right? We're just using our own thought process and breaking it down, eliminating stuff. Are we not? Okay. What I asked earlier, what are the four main common STIs that are caught in prison? See, murder, had worms. Ew, Jesus. You know how I would throw up? I would be wearing a body condom if I was Miss Blue. But you're not. Question. Okay, what were the four most common STI in prison that is caught in prison? There are four that is the most common. That if your nigga went to prison, more likely 9 times out of 10, he might have had one or all 3 or 4. What are they? Y'all had time to think about it, because now we're down to 2. What are the 4 most common STIs in prison? Lifetime carrier. Well, what are the 4? Walk around with a itchy put. Carl might have it if she was sleeping with Bills. We had a patient shitty worm last week. I fried. I fired myself from the patient. Oh yeah, Sonny, that's where I draw the mother line. There was a patient that he had worms from his butt to his legs. That's how much worms he was. Yeah, no, we're not even gonna go into that because I don't do that mother sucking thing. I don't do that at all. That's where I draw the line. I promise you, I could deal with wound, I could deal with dead skin, I could deal with anything, but worms is where we separate. Absolutely not. So Peanut said Hep C, chlamydia, claps, and herpes. Heaven in view, herpes. Not heaven in view. I said 4. Why you got 3? Oh my goodness. Y'all play too much in the chat. Let me tell y'all, since y'all want to play. It's chlamydia. Chlamydia. Pay attention. Chlamydia. Gonorrhea. Are y'all paying attention? You're up now? Chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, and herpes. When they wanted me to look the toilet, I seen. I'm not looking. I'm not looking, bro. So do you guys know which 4 are the more common one? Are we tracking? Are we following? Oh, you want the bell? Are y'all tracking me? Y'all following? This is class is in session. Class is in session. You better pay attention. Pay attention. Out of that, 3 of those are bacterial. Chlamydia, gon, and syph are bacterial. Bacterial mean they treat them with what? What? Bacterial means we treat them with what? What? What do we treat bacterial infection with? What? What? You got everything. What do we treat bacterial infection with? Let me know. Let me know. That's right, Stormy. That's right. So out of all 4, 3 are bacterial. Yes, CC. Yes, Jackie up. Yes, Treasure. Yes, Jackie. Okay, so which 3 are bacterial? Do you know which 3 are bacterial STIs? Which 3 are bacterial STIs? Because I told you, so I want to see if y'all paying attention. Hello, it's me. It's me. Which 3 are bacterial STIs? Chlamydia is a bacterial. It usually don't have any symptoms. Gonorrhea and syphilis are the 3 bacterial ones. Over time, sometimes antibiotics is not enough, and eventually it will stop. Then they will have to go to a higher dose, right? Or they'll change they'll change the antibiotic, or like she said, they'll change the dosage because it's the frequency of the doses. I know there was a patient that he had to get the shot. I told you guys about this patient. He was 90. He had herpes 90. And the sister was like, "Oh my God, my brother's celibate. That's a lie." I said, "Girl, I wanted to tell her, girl, fuck you. I want to tell her, fuck off. What are you talking about? He's celibate." But I, sometimes I be forgetting. Time to get report. See you. Enjoy your shift, Hunty. Enjoy your shift. So when you think about the 3 bacterial ones, the one that is viral, there is 2 viral STI. There's 2 viral STI. And have a good night, Sunny. Two viral STI. Which two are viral STI? So you know which ones are bacterial and which one they treat with antibiotic. Which two are viral? Meaning you can't give them antibiotic for that. So see murder Pente looks like a rainbow in the sea. Okay, HIV is one. Which other one is a viral? It's easy. Right, right. Okay, Stormy. Okay, yes, 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 yes. So when you think about it, he could have chlamydia. What did Tareen said that C Murder had when she gave birth? What up, what up? Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Yep, yep. What did she say she had when she gave birth? And she didn't want to mess up her tattoo. What did she say she had? Right. So if she had that and she was she did not say gonorrhea. If she said she had, she did not say syph. She said chlamydia. You two play too much. If she said C Murder had chlamydia, what is the chances you think Blues Clues had chlamydia or has had chlamydia? What are the chances? Out of 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. What are the chances you think he would have had that? Just asking for a friend. What are the chances you would have think he had that? 10. Remember, these ones are bacterial, so you treat them with with antibiotics. 1000%. All right, all right, all right. Cool. Cool. So now what have you learned so far? So because syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia are coming in the prison system, caught real often, and then you have herpes and HIV. That's already what? 5? That's already 5? That's already 5 he could already had. Then the hepatitis is the main, the A, the B, and the C's. Excuse me. He could walk. He could be a walking poster boards, a walking poster board for STIs. Think about that for a minute. While these females are fighting and talking about, oh my man, my man, my man, my STI, my STI, my STI, he could be a walking billboard at that for STIs. Does he treats his with gloves, right? So when you think about him and you think about all the possibilities of anything, because if you was messing with a C Murder and she could have had chlamydia, but you went to prison and chlamydia is also prevalent there, you could imagine the point of you catching it is not is high. Gonorrhea. Then we already know he was being very active out there in them. He was very he was very provocative and very active while he was in prison. So when you add that he was having a sextivity life in prison. Then you add the tattoos, then you add the lifestyle he had before he went in. The facts of him having all kinds of STIs and is high. That's why I say he could, let's say he had 5 or 6. It's high. Well, Rondo, well, look at here, look at here. Wait, are you the same Rondo? Because Rondo could be he's the package, right? He's the package deal, all right. So I see people get excited and people look at all these things and they don't want to look at the whole picture. He could be a walk-in death sentence. He literally could be a walk-in death sentence. Think about that. Now you have your child playing with him, your child on the cover with him. Cultural wise, where I'm from, there's a lot of things that they do that is weird. I know, right? It's a long time. It's a long time. So I don't understand why people are just. You guys said Ashley's a therapist, and Ashley was just walking in a hotel naked, naked, walking into camera. He was clapping cheeks. Maybe she let him use protection. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I'm here for Rebel because I love and support. Thank you, Rondo. You've been gone. Where you been? Where you been? You've been gone for a minute. Now you back. No, I'm just kidding. But well, thank you, Rondo. Thank you. Um, so that's what I was saying. When you look at the population that he lived in, when you look at the activity, his sex lifestyle is very crazy. It's crazy. So for you to sit there and not think that is a walking poster board for STI, it's higher than none. And like I said, when you look at him now, he lost the weight. Started streaming myself because I'm up now and quit my job. Okay, I know that's right. You're streaming. Where are you streaming at? Twitch or where? Or are you on YouTube? Where you at? No, I said I'm up now. How's your girl? How is your girl? Because the last time you bought her a whole new life and she was in school. So that was one of the things I think people forget, that he came from prison. Yes, congratulations indeed. He came out of prison. His lifestyle before he went in and the lifestyle went in was disgusting. It was disgusting. And all these females that he sleeps with, and he around these females and all these females. Then when you look at everything and Nivea being pregnant and everything else that has happened to Maui, there's a lot going on. Blue strikes me as a type to know he has stuff and wants to infect as many people as possible. He could be that. He could be that type. He could be that type, but he could also pretend like he doesn't know. Hey, Todd. All platforms, but YouTube primarily. She's graduating in 2 more years, but I'm glad you made a new page and didn't get the haters stop you. I'm a big deal. No, I'm kidding. People are always gonna try things. Well, congratulations to her. I hope she hang in there. Congratulations to her. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's not easy being a student, child. But and good luck to you too. At least thanks for stopping by. Maybe one day I'll check your stuff out. I'm not going to promise because I'm terrible at promises with YouTube. I'm terrible. When I'm off of here, I'm done with YouTube. I don't even watch my battle raps no more. I used to watch battle raps. But hoping one day I'll check you out. When she graduates in 2 years, you will you all will be internet aunties. Why? You trying to have a baby on us? Hold on. Wait a minute. We're not gonna fly past that. You trying to have a baby when she get out of school? What is it? Let me know. Because I'm too. Let me know what's up. You ready to be a father? Not you over here want to be a pappy. Well, congrats to you too. Babies are blessings. So I heard. I don't know yet. I'm still checking the receipts of mines. So when you look at that, there's all these possibilities that could be going on. I go live at 4 p.m. every day. As soon as she gets it, I'll be trying, which will be the best part. Yeah. And you're probably trying now, but not to have no baby, just the trying part without the baby effect. Well, what are your topics? What are you talking about over there? I know you're not talking about blue. What are you talking about over there? What do you talk about on your channel? And get it, shoots, get it. I don't blame you. Get it how you live. So the blue thing with the boy thing would not sit right with me, because if I was Nivea, I would still do my research. With Nivea probably knowing a lot of things that had happened, or she know a lot of things that happened before he went in. There's just so much that I would have had to research and do, and not be comfortable with him just being I would think it's the same name he has. Well, maybe not, huh? I don't know. I would think it's still in Rondo 23. What is your channel about, Rondo? So that is crazy that she's comfortable with him in that manner. That is crazy, and nobody cannot convince me that Nivea hasn't seen the post that he got spammed on because she reads comment. Nobody can tell me that nobody sent her the post that he got spammed on his page. They cannot convince me that Blueface was not notified. He didn't see it, his team saw it, his mammy see it. Nobody can tell me off that factor. And when we talked about that's why Carl was at the house and spent the night over pretending that her and her nigga that be having his balls in her purse was pretending to fight. I can't believe that she didn't went over there to see and make sure he was okay. Because I think we had a conversation not up here but offline. There was a time that they said that he had a mental breakdown. Correct me if I'm wrong, because the details might be off. Wasn't there a time that they said when they were filming sitcoms that he had a mental breakdown and his mom and his granddad went to the house? But it was his grandma that I guess had to talk to him because he had a mental breakdown. Could I be wrong? She's seen it just like she be over there lurking. She don't give a right. There was a time, so I'm wondering if Carl was at his house that day when she stayed in the night when she was on the couch. Is it because they were scared he would have had another mental breakdown? That's why she was over there, and that's why he was like, "You and my dad could go on a date, and my parents and get back together." I wonder if she was worried that he was going to have a mental breakdown from him getting spammed about his past coming back to haunt his punk. I don't remember that vaguely. Okay, so it's something similar to that. So I'm wondering if that's the reason why Carl isn't popping it too much. There's a reason why she probably might be wanting to see him and Jaden, because I don't know. Did Jaden say anything on her live? Maybe Carl went to her house and remind her that this nigga had a mental breakdown and what she's doing could cause him to unalive himself or could cause that and could damage her son. Because Carl could, first of all, you can never mind. I'm just saying there's a lot of possibilities. You thinking big? I need to think smaller, huh? I think he broke down in jail too. First of all, Joya, I ain't gonna hold you. I would have broke them in jail. I would have broke them in jail. When I used to work in a prison, I used to wonder how they do it. And I just had to work there. People live there. I don't know how people do it. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if Jaden streamed yesterday, if she did or didn't. All I know is it might be a reason they were together to try to see if they could keep his spirit up and try to make sure he does not have a meltdown again, or he don't harm himself or harm somebody else in that house. So I'm thinking behind the scene, there's a lot of damage control. He seemed monotone. He seemed flat when he talks. He seemed like the only time I saw him did a whole lot of laughing was when Nivea asked the chat if they wanted to see the baby, and I think they told her F the baby or no, and she said F y'all, and he started laughing and said he couldn't understand why he stopped laughing. That's the only time I've seen some difference in the way he was responding. Besides from that, he was like, chat, I don't know what Jane is talking about. Even one clip I saw, because I went to bed early last night. When he was playing pool, and he's like, people are saying I should go to therapy because I had shit on me while I was in prison. Whatever the hell he was saying, making light of it because he doesn't want to take it serious, or he doesn't want the community to take it serious. The sad part is I gave him the full book. I gave him the full readout. Niggy, come out, tell your story, and you would have been fine. I mean, not fine to that degree, but expose yourself. I said in the last live when you asked why we don't like her is because of how she let her son do stuff with Blue. And that's fair. I might not have seen it, but people didn't know why they didn't like her. And if that's your reason, that's your reason. That's fine. And she spent the night odd, right? Because she doesn't spend the night. Something is happening. Something is cooking that's about to spill over, and they're trying to get ahead of it. I don't know how much ahead of it she can get, but I know that's a fact for offended fact. Or do whatever he did to Jaden for her to get that tattoo on her neck. That one, I've said that, and I'm not sure if that was confirmed. You ain't never lied. He was laughing too hard and couldn't stop. He was when I think they said no about the baby, or said he was dying. And sometimes you be cracking up over stuff that is not funny. I do it all the time. I be cracking my own self up. And I feel like that's another reason he's playing house, trying to seem wholesome. Hey, there's a lot. It's a lot. He jokes, but he's serious. Absolutely. He's laughing inside, but he's laughing outside, but dying inside. Mm-hmm. The tape has passed. Yep. Wondering what will come up next. Probably wondering what the hell Jaden gonna say next. I mean, exactly. They wouldn't be so hard on him by now. Get it over with, Mr. Jenna. Right. Um, why you say ape and not tape? He needs real help. Something has to been off since she got home, and all of a sudden he got with Nivea. Remember, he wasn't all of a sudden with Nivea. Let's put it in context. He was talking to Nivea like he was talking to Angie, like he was talking to C Murder. He was talking to a few people. She was always there in the back scene, holding the curtain in the dock. She was always there. But remember when he came home and she was the one that he was talking about if she want to do it in the butt, and then he talking about lube. That was Nivea he was on the phone with. You know, Dry also said he be doing rugs. That's not new news. We knew about that. We knew that he was unkept. He wasn't. He was smelling like ass and bacon. He wasn't tight, and they was teaching him how to lace his shoes. And I know lacing his shoes does not mean tying your shoes up. I know that's prison politicking for they didn't teach him etiquette prison etiquette, so that's what I mean. But we've been knowing about the drugs. I would take drugs too if I was there. You mean I would not be able. Let me be honest with you. I don't think with everything that he's done in there, I would not be able to mentally handle that sane. I would have had to be an alcoholic since it's already in my gene. I would have had to be a meth head. Would have been something new. I would have had to stay high. Lady Heron. I would have had to be on drugs 24/7. You mean I would want to forget? I'd have been like, "Where's the Men in Black? Can they zip my brain so I forget all that itch?" It would have had simply would have been done. There's no way I would have came out doing all the things I did in there and wanted to be sober and sane. Those two S's would have never went together with me. The next day, probation came to his house. Right, they went and they tore his house up after Jay encouraged the people to call his people, mail it, all that stuff. Yes, everything. Well, like I said, did she do a stream last night? Everything was about booty when he first got home. Yes, the first 3 days he was high as a booty kite. If I was Jane, I will release everything. You get what you put out. His ass leave America. Damn, not make him leave America. You want him to be a fugitive, so you want him to go terrorize some other country. Okay. Thank you, Summer. I wouldn't be surprised if he married Nivea because the wife can't testify against her husband. We're gonna come down that road in a minute since we like to think things. Let's think things. His prisoner in Duval. I thought Karen caught that already. I was gonna tell her, but I figured she would have caught it. He probably was getting his nose dirty and pooping pills with C Murder. I believe so. Have y'all noticed he doesn't say on schoolyard anymore? Absolutely, he said on school crib. He said on school crib. Yeah, what happened with the whole police being at his house? They tore his house up. They was digging up in that bitch. And one thing about I want to know why you have to dig my shit. Why you gotta dig my shit up and just throw it everywhere and I gotta clean that shit up? They tore his house up. But at the same time, they won't be able to get ahead of it for long. They won't be able to keep this dust from coming up. But as you're saying, as far as marrying Niv, I think he would lead. Maybe he would marry her, but I also think that C Murder knows some of this stuff. And I will go on a limb without my wings and say it has to do with some of what is coming out with that boy that he told C Murder that she told Mookie that Alexis was talking about. Yeah, what happened with the whole police being at him? Claims they found nothing. If they found something, he wouldn't have been there. If they found something, he wouldn't have been there. If they found something enough to hold him, tangible enough to hold him, he wouldn't be free. So you also got to put that into context. Well, he better be a polygamist because Jane knows just like Rockhead. Right. But who gonna pull the trigger? Who gonna pull the trigger? I bet you C Murder is there trying to inch herself in, trying to suit herself like, I'll come save you, big daddy. Daddy, I'll come save you. Let me save you. Save me, save me, save me. Well, damn, what was they looking for? I.e., what Jay told them? I don't know what she told them, But again, I don't see anything that she streamed. So I'm assuming Carl got to her and talked to her and talk to her about what she's doing and probably tell her what'll happen if something happened to him and the kids. I'm assuming that's how that conversation went. That's what I'm assuming. But I'm rooting for Jaden. I'm gonna tell you what I'm rooting for Jaden. If she goes heal, go heal and take care of her kids. That's all I can root for. Whatever she wants to do with him, that's her business. But for her to go heal, because you will never be a better version for your children if you don't heal that, all of that. Issue was there. Probably flushed or threw it out somewhere. Even if it was there and they flushed into the point of the matter is they didn't find it. You follow me? They didn't find it. She better worry about giving 33 his no. She worried about that nigga. She not worried about 33. She ain't worried about 33. She worried about the daddy, Didi. Maybe I know about Blue, and she also said he told her stuff about 7. She could know stuff. Nothing is wrong with her knowing stuff. I don't think Nivea will turn on him. I don't know unless she's a part of the bait to bait him. I don't know, but we'll see. Like I said, she better be there for something. At the end of the day, she better do something because I'm kind of feeling away. And I don't know Nivea from a can of paint. I'm just playing. Yeah, Jay needs to grow up. She's stuck at age. I don't know where she's stuck at. All I know is that's not what healing look like, and all that pipe that y'all piping in her head and all that smoke they blowing in her behind is not going to help her later on when all of this is done. Because that's the point of the live. When everything is done, what is everybody going to be left with? Because I promise you, nothing is worse. And when your heart and your head is not in the same place, and her head and her heart is not in the same place, all of this is just performative that she's doing. It's performative because if she was over it, he wouldn't be a topic. Her new nigga would have been the topic. Her new music would have been the topic. She's not over it. And she's going to self-destruct. It's going to be either she'll heal and be better or she'll get worse with time. She'll get worse with time. And the alcohol is a demon in itself. It's a demon in itself. So hopefully somebody's there trying to guide her the right way. All this music and drinking in the studio and all this trying to make him upset. Girlie, nobody on this earth. God would have handled him. They're all going to be left with heartbreaks and disease. Because I could tell you this. If he dies tomorrow, and I'll say this again every time I get on the live, she will be the first one dressed up in black crying next to Nebia. Next to Nebia, she will be the first one crying in black. So all of this that everybody's encouraging her to do instead of helping her to heal is not going to work out how nobody thinks. Then y'all going to be like, somebody going to be like, oh, that's her baby father. That's why she expected. She was 13 when she was with him. She hasn't healed yet. That's why. Because my baby father died. Girl, I'll be like, and everybody died, B. That would have been my response. Like, okay, I hope he did it right on earth so he get to heaven. That's what have been my response. If he dies tomorrow, she will feel that. She will feel that, and she will feel that guilt because she's not cured yet. Now she's not a real Libra. I don't know what kind of Libra she is. I got to be fair because I do this Libra thing, but let me be fair. I do not put everything on Zodiac. I like to call it, but I don't put everything on Zodiac. Your Zodiac sign also, you also have to watch how people nature versus nurturing. You have to also put in play how her surrounding and how she was brought up plays how she is. It's not just the Zodiac sign. But I hear what you're saying. But I also have to know that if something happened to that boy, she will feel it. And she will feel guilt and everything else because she's not doing it the right way. I can't imagine what kind of woman would put their kid at risk harm's way. Hey, Kevin. There's a lot of them. Shit. There's a lot of them locked up too. Shit. Don't get it twisted now. There's a lot of them. She ain't the first and she ain't the last. It just bothers because you see it on the big screen. Did I say hi, Sonia? My bad. My bad. I just want you to know. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting here starving. No, I'm kidding. I'm on a fast. I'm trying to be a bad. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop saying stupid stuff because I say stuff about my life and people take it seriously. Just want you to know when it comes to my life, it's a lot of kiki when I get up here. Trust me. Okay. Okay. That's just me though. That's just me. It's a lot of kiki. Anywho's back to what I was saying. At some point in time, if they don't do, you're gonna have to pay grounds. You will hear me use words and phrases because culturally that's what I use when I have real conversation with real people, not on the internet. You're gonna have to pay grounds. Everything he did. If Carl failed him as a child, you do not become a weirdo overnight. It started somewhere, and if you have a mom like Carl that was self-centered, all about self, put him in harm's way. I'm not making excuses. Let me do my disclaimer. I don't make the excuses for PDF files because I can't. Because like I said, if you just walked in and you didn't hear the beginning of my live, like I said, this father essayed his daughter and raped her and then unalived her. He tortured her from 8 to 4. I don't make excuses for pedophiles. There's no PDF files. There's no excuse. There's none. There will never be any. I don't come from that culture where, oh, because you, the father, and you, my son, I can't do that. But if she failed her son, whatever he gets, she's supposed to be next to it. Whatever he gets, she needs to be next to it. Here's why. She made excuses for things, and that's why I said I'm not the type of person that let kids be around grown folks. I give kids time to go relax, take your shower, take your bath, go in your bed, relax, get your calm down time, because sometimes they gotta calm down before they go to sleep. I don't put kids in harm's way, not even out of play. When my niece was going into nursing school, I used to watch her little baby for her. She had to go to sleep. My niece was like, she doesn't sleep. I put babies to sleep. Who? I don't do all that. I don't do all that. I like kids to have routine because I have stuff to do. That's what I do. It doesn't mean that I got it figured out. It just means that's what works. And when I say things, you have to do what works at your house. You got to do what works in your village. That's what worked for mine. If she was busy wanting to be a Hollywood 304, she was a top wanting to be a thotty. She was outside talking about I was at, but like I said, you've never heard her talk about the things that she poured into him. You don't have your child do not grow up and be a PDF file because you was being the best parent. And disclaimer, there's no best parent, there's no perfect parent. You do the best you can. But if you were chasing fame and not chasing your children that you choose to have here and put them in a position that they became harmed, or he starts seeing things that piqued his interest and he used that tactic on somebody else, she deserves whatever he gets. Because you protect your children. You protect them. You don't get on the internet and make excuses for them. I will never make excuses for my children. When they're wrong, they're wrong. When they're wrong, they're wrong. Because they're not going to always get it right. They're like sponges. They're like a book, a blank book. Every day, what's written is what you lead them through or put them through. But you get on this internet like you're the best mom, and he went to UCLA and he went there and but what did you pour into him? What kind of love did you pour into him? From 1 to 3, some people will even say 4. When you pour into your kids, and when that's what make them who they are. That's what mold them to be the individual they are. All we hear every time is her talking about, oh, he went to UNC and he did his surgery here and his dad was there. Girl, what did you pour into him? What morals did you teach him? What makes a man? Did you teach him that? Because I could tell you word for word, bar for bar, what my mother told me made a man. What makes a woman? What you're supposed to do. She said, you stand on your word. If you give people your word, you stand on it. Because if you can't keep your word, you can't keep anything. What did you teach him? I could tell you how my mother taught me how to wash clothes, how to separate my whites, how don't wash all your clothes together, how you're supposed to have manners. You say good morning. My son will get up in the morning. He will, if there's 10 of you, he will say good morning to each person. I said, could you cut that out? You could just say good morning, everybody. What did you teach him? Good night. What did you teach him? To wash his behind before he goes to bed. What did you teach him? Say his prayers. What did you teach him? That he's supposed to do good because good come back to you. And if you don't like your situation, you pray about it. And when you pray about it, mean your prayer. And everything will not be perfect, but God promised you, he didn't promise you fear, but he promised he'll get you through it. What did you teach him? How to respect women, how to open door, how to be respectful, don't curse in front of the women, how to be a man, go play basketball, how to tie your tennis shoe. What did you teach him? What did you pour into him? What kind of lifestyle did you give him? Besides, you wanted to be a rich, this, I'm this, and I'm that. What did you pour into him? I could tell you what my husband teach my son. My husband said, start with the beginning with the end in mind. My son read books. My son goes to Starbucks to this day, still go read books. In his car, he has books. In his room, he has books, but he still reads. He used to do reading and win award for reading. You know, when you read books, what happened? Your vocabulary expand. Read. I didn't play music in my car with my kids. As much as my music category is vulgar, child, if you know my culture, you know it's vulgar. I didn't play music with my kids. We drove, we played ABC 1, 2, 3, Genus Einstein, all that crap that I can't remember. They had books, they didn't have toys. When we drove, my husband tell them, read the sign on the freeway so you know where you are. Read the streets. We taught them things. It wasn't about giving them things. We taught them things. We taught them things that keeps them here to this day. I told the story, my daughter sent me roses. My husband said, why? He said, because pretty girls need roses and she deserves roses. My husband turned around and said, because y'all saw me gave your mother roses every year. So y'all picked it up. What did you teach him? What did you teach him? My husband ain't never called me no bitch in no real life. Now, if he said it outside, that's a different story. I can't defend that. But he ain't never called me no bitch or no hoe. My son has never. Ain't never. What did you teach him? What did you teach him? My kids didn't go to people's house. My kids didn't go to people's house. They didn't do overnight and you could spend the night and all the nights and all the nights. I have 6 out of my 10 kids, 6 are alive. My kids didn't even spend the night at my sister's house. They didn't spend the night at my sister's, not because I didn't trust her, but because I didn't trust if something happened to my kids and she didn't see, how would I live with that? How do I live with that? It was things we did, we put in place to make sure they were decent human beings because I have to let them loose into this world. So I got to make sure I instill stuff into them that even though I remember things my mother teach me, they remember things I taught them. I don't have to teach them the 10 commandments. I just have to teach them one. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. So if you don't want somebody to touch you, don't touch nobody. If you don't want nobody to steal your things, don't steal from nobody. If you don't want nobody to hurt you, don't hurt nobody. It covers everything. She gets on this internet and she talks all this. Oh, and he's God's favorite. I'll never tell you my kids are God's favorite because I don't know that. He didn't send me no message. He didn't send me no message that my kids are, because then if that's the case, all of us are his faves. All of his faves, babes. In the words of your little sea murder, all of us are his faves, babes. See, I'm not delusional. I deal with real things. I deal with real things. I don't talk about things because I'm not a fashionista. So I'm not going to get up here and tell you, oh my God, you know, I went to Fendi and I went to, and oh, my son is $1 million and I'm $1 million. I'm not going to tell you that I ain't $1 million. Nothing. I'm a regular person living a regular life. I'm a regular girl. Came from nothing trying to make something. And if my something is my kids or great people to this earth, so be it. If my something is my kids, my legacy is that my kids being PDF files, or my kids out here people, or my kids walking around cocky like, oh, I got on Versace, oh, I got on this. That is not my purpose. That's not my legacy. My kids will sit down and tell you stories I've told them. My kids will tell you how I used to comb their hair, how my mother used to comb mine. They will tell you what I put into them. My daughter will come here almost every day with a different stuff that she wants to design the place how she wants it comfortable. Me and my husband just leave her alone. We leave her alone. Like I told you, she texts me, I wake up. Oh, I just want you to know where we're going Saturday, so be ready. I don't understand how she gets on this internet and talk about things but no values. She know the price of everything but the value of nothing. Know the price of everything but the value of nothing. I would never understand that. Oh, and you're a millionaire and what? A millionaire with the poorest mentality because all you did was violate people that didn't deserve it. And there's no excuses for it because you failed your child. He turned around and failed himself and his kids because those are his legacy. And again, if that is something that's in their blood, because it's hereditary, then he has other kids that he has populated into this world and nobody's trying to correct that factor. But y'all get on the internet talking about, because you a star and you a star. A star of what? Star of what? When you leave this earth, you take no U-Haul. You take no trucks. You take no property. You take nothing. But you have to stand before that man that you believe in or the Most High that you believe in, whether you pray to water, whether you pray to trees, whatever you pray to, whatever your belief system is, you still have to answer for that. You still have to answer for that. But everybody wants to be next to your son and chase him because you make him think rich is the answer. And you decide that because you didn't make it, he had to make it for the family. And he treated y'all like crap. Like crap. They laugh at me saying I teach my kids things like I'm stuck back in the day. Oh, my and you're right, Fripp. My husband we like to tell our kids we used to have to walk to school. We had to walk to school. We had to walk to school. My husband is no flashy dashy dude. My husband don't do too much. He does not do too much. No flashy dashy. His life simple and problemless. He's not doing too much. We don't sit there instilling them, oh, this and that. And if you know anything about Jamaican culture, they're so flashy. Now, when he was younger, he was. When he was younger, he was. He done calm down. And when I say flashy dashy, if you know anything about them, they shoes and they shirt and everything matching like, Lord, y'all just overload. Too much. Jamaicans be too much. Don't feel no way. Whenever I speak about a culture, I could speak about my experience with whatever culture that was. Not speaking for everybody. I'm not saying the whole general population of when I was talking about Africans and when I was talking about my own people that are Jamaicans, I could only speak for the people that I've interacted with. That's it. Any child who's willing to let someone put hands on their mother speaks volume. Thank you. Thank you. Because he sat there and let that girl touch his mom and she come on the internet and make excuses for her. And I am telling you, and I will say it every time, if Blueface was my son, the way how I would have prayed, the way how I was seeing the signs, I would have seen something was off with my child. I would have had that conversation. I would have went to the lady. I would have told them, this is his name. This is his picture. Do what you have to do with this mother. I would have moved him somewhere else and get him the help he needed. Because she would have had to see it. Or better yet, it must come from Papa Blue. It must come from Papa Blue. They would have had to see it. Instead of putting the work to help him, you put him in a position where he has more access to children. Y'all put him in where he has more access to children. Then you had the nerve, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. You had the nerve to sit on your live and talk about, oh, Jonathan love kids. He want to take care of kids. He want to take care of people kids. That's why although Seymour, the kid is not his, he like taking care of kids. Then it makes me sit back and wonder, hold up, he like kids, huh? So that didn't bother you that he like kids? That doesn't bother you that he like kids? I'll tell you a true story. I had my oldest when I was 18. My kids bet which one of them will surpass me and don't have a kid. Which one of them will surpass me? They made it a bet that they will not have a kid by 18. One of my kids are going to be 26 and 27, no kids. The oldest one is going to be 34, no kids. And the boy is 23, no kids. I don't understand why you weren't a role model. They didn't want to be teenage parents. I don't even know how you don't want to be a role model for your children. My kids like going outside with me. My kids like going outside with me. My daughter will text me and be like, "Oh, let's go to Costco. What you doing? Let's go with me to the store. Let's go with me to get my eyebrows done. Let's go with me to get lashes." My kids like to be outside with me. Let's go shopping. Let's go shopping. Let's go to the mall. Love being outside with me. My son went to the store yesterday and he was like, "You need something to eat?" And then he turned to his dad and said, "Do you want something, Pops?" Like making sure we're okay. Paying it back forward with no great gesture, just a simple thing, simplicity. I don't get a break. I don't get a break. And I never thought it was a thing because my true story is I never thought I wanted kids. But they understand me, and as much as I cuss, because I cuss in real life, they understand me. If I don't feel good, they'll check up on me. My daughter will text and be like, "Oh, I haven't seen mom's in a couple days. Where's she at?" There's just certain things I don't understand how she sits there and talk about things, but the simple things seems to not matter. You're pushing this. Oh, your son, your son, your son, but your son is a weirdo. And you notice she has not come behind Jaden and said nothing against the prison stories, right? You know that she hasn't come to. Usually, she want to come on the internet and disclaim this and this disclaimer, and this is not true, and this is. You notice she didn't say anything, right? And you notice she didn't say anything because she probably didn't want to provoke Jaden to say more. But you want to get on the internet. This one is not your son child. That one is not your son child. Oh, you could say whatever you want because I told C Murder if she wanted what if she wanted I could put meal mix on my insurance. Just say dumb shit. You get on the internet and say dumb shit. For what? He needs your insurance for what and how? But see that tongue that she has, that she likes to get on this internet and pop it. I hope they keep on putting pressure. Pressure. See, you get on this internet, you keep popping it. When your whole empire is crumbling down in front of your face, and you can catch the pieces to put them together. Your whole empire, your whole palace, Mama, what's her name? Mama Carl. Your whole palace is falling apart, and they're crumbling. The dust is dropping in your eyes. Everything is falling apart. You can't catch the particle. The staple is falling apart. Everything is falling, and you don't know what to do with yourself. Because you can't stop it now. Because you played internet games long enough that you can't even stop what the hell is going on with your children. Because you wasn't busy trying to be a mom. You wanted to be an entertainer. Exactly. She knows Jen got the tea and the Kool-Aid. She said she's letting Blue fix it. She's not going to say nothing. She can't say nothing. She can't say nothing. She can't say nothing because she doesn't know. See, it seems like she's lost the little control they had over Jaden. But instead of her doing better, she should have been nicer and stop talking crazy about that girl. But when you was on the internet talking about, oh, you were drunk, you were this, and you look like your mom, and you look like you on your way 50, you was popping it type shit. Popping it, dragging her. She a better Libra than me if I'm going to use Libra for this conversation only. She a better Libra than me because the day you would have talked about how I look like I'm almost 50 and I was drunk, I would have told you about everything you needed to know. But see, when y'all think like y'all have the upper hand on people, y'all play them games. I never taught my kids to be like that. I said you treat everybody the same. Because you never know. The foot you step on going up might be connected to the ass you kiss coming down. So my kids don't even play that. When you see my son talk to anybody, you'll see him say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But y'all feel like y'all better than people, like, oh, you on the top. No. You have your son and you don't teach him any principle. No principle, no morals, no scruples, no integrity, no nothing. My husband is the same way. My husband meet you, he'll say, yes, sir. He'll shake your hand depending. He doesn't like to shake hand. He like to fist bump or he'll elbow bump. He doesn't like to shake hand, but just depending on what the situation is, he'll shake hand. We don't do all that rah rah. You will literally think the way I am. We do all the. I'm the loudest in the room. They literally call me the Rottweiler at the house. Yes, honey. They don't have full control over Jane the curse. Listen, it's not the curse. You can't keep. Look, we have a saying: every day you take the bucket to the well, one day the bottom will fall out. They cannot keep doing the same thing and get the same result, and it's going to work every time. You're going to keep doing the same thing to people, and one time they won't be able to take it. They won't be able to take it because you're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And one day she will explode because she's a human being. She has feelings. So one day she will explode, indeed, as she should. Like I said, I'm not dismissing what she said or what she did. That's her right. It's the other rest of the stuff that she's doing that I'm looking at her sideways like you have children. Because later on, you're going to understand when if this becomes a thing where her kids isolate her, she won't have the relationship that she should have with her children. You don't want to have that relationship where your kids have to pick side or treat you weird or be like, oh, you were drunk when we needed you. You were busy drinking. You were busy being outside. You don't want that. You want to have a better relationship than what he had with his mammy and what you had with your mother. Because you know the old saying, but all Jaden talk about is I'm rich, I got money, I got house. You got to be careful with that. Because the same one that puts you, the same God that take you up is the same God that's going to bring you down. You don't get on the internet popping about what you have and calling people homeless and people homeless. Life has a way of spinning. Even her. Life has a way of spinning. That's why I tell people, if you don't want nobody at your house, don't invite them, then kick them out. Because you never know when life will turn on you. All this I'm rich and he and the homeless and the crackhead and the homeless, you don't know what your kid's going to turn out to be. You can't speak like that. You can't speak like you're better than people. I don't even treat mines. I tell mines don't even do that. Don't do that. Because you might be up today, but you don't know who will be up next 2 or 3 years. Don't do that. It doesn't work like that because the intent, sometimes I think a lot of things has to do with intent. And your intent is to hurt that girl or make that girl feel like she's beneath you by talking about, oh, you have a house, you have a house, and you got money, you rich and you this. Those are stuff that could go away. So, like I said, the circle is weird because it's always about things. And I ain't going to hold you. They're all terrible parents. All of them. From the mammy, the grandmammy, they all terrible parents. So, whether people want to be like, oh, well, hers eat, walk, and clean. Yeah. So does mine. That's not, they're supposed to walk, eat, and talk. That's what they're supposed to do. They're not supposed to be a vegetable. Miserable when a woman's fed up, finish him. Like she could do whatever she wants. She could do whatever she wants. All I'm saying, that's that cockiness of telling people they're homeless and they're broke and you got this and you got that. They're things. Things can go away. Things can be lost. It's just stupid. She's too busy kissing that nigga, adding and causing more damage than good. Even Carl does it. Oh, I live on a house on a hill and you could see the lights and you mother is weird with that. Think about it. Isn't there a fire in Santa Clarita? The way how California is so prone to fire, you could lose things in a step of a beat. Why would you even throw things in people's face? Why? She may need to sell that house to pay for a funeral if she has no policy. Didn't Carl say Jay never got on the internet and say anything bad about Blue? So what do she think now? That's why I said when they use that word never, I learned that in school. Never use never. Never use never. Things are things. I don't want my kids to be shallow and believe in things and worship things. I don't want that for them because you will be humbled when you sit on your pedestal of things and think that you're better than people because of things, but you're not better than them because you're moving better. You're living better. You're not playing in the mud with the pigs. They all act like for your own hell journey makes more sense than them. I mean, I hope that I do hope that her kids do not fall victim to the bull crap at the adults. I really hope that for their kids. But as far as the adults, You know better, you do better. Carl would have never had no access to my kids. She would have never had no access to my kids. I don't care who grandma you say. I call her and say, "Hey, girl, hey, get on the phone and call your grandma." But that would have been it. And if Jaden had, if Jaden had forgiven Blue, forgiveness does not equate access. It means I forgive you. I remember what you did, and I'm moving on. I don't wish you no bad. I don't wish you nothing. I just wish me a success. I hope you eat, just not at my table. I will do what I have to do for these two because I have to make better decisions for my two. That's it. That's all. It's not, oh, I'm getting a tattoo. We locked in for life. We're family. I don't care. If you're going by the Bible doesn't say if your right hand offend you, or your hand offend you, cut it off. I don't care about none of that. We're family. We could be family on the phone. The fuck? She did, but Carl didn't know that curses were. Oh, here you go with the curse. Javon is the smartest of them all. And again, I nothing against the kids. I hope for their sake that they turn out to be great people because they can. This doesn't define them. They could turn out to be great kids. All of them, even Rella kids, but everybody's in a competition to show off and show who's better and who's doing better. What is that going to do for your children? You trying to compete with the other girl for what? There's no competition. We all slept with the same ancient mother sucker. We all made bad decisions, evidently. What are we boasting about? You get yours. I hope you get yours because I'm going to get mine. That's it. What am I mad at you? Because all we have in common is a niggy. But I'm going to get on the internet and drag you. Even when Jaden said, when Nivea baby come out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger and bust out laughing, I don't understand. I will tell you guys a story. When I was in nursing school, we had to share a story. The girl said she was speeding and the police stopped her. He said when he stopped her, he asked her where was she coming from. He saw her uniform and he saw her tag, because when you go to school, you have to wear your name tag. He told her, he said, I would give you a ticket. He said, but I'm not going to give you a ticket because I would hate to find one day I'm laying on my back and I need my life saved. And you're the same person standing over me talking about you that gave me the ticket. So I'm not going to do that. Some people think about the future. Some people think farther than now. They just don't think about the now. So when people put themselves in the, oh, I'm better than you and I'm this and that, you never know what life will spin for somebody else. You never know who will come forward and do for you. My mother, proudest moment, my mother helped anybody and everybody. She didn't care where you came from, what you did. She used to take in people who came from different countries stuck. She used to take them in, help them, give them whatever she could give them. And her only story she tells me every time, she said, I did good for them because I don't care if I don't receive it back to me, but I wanted you guys to get it. I do the same thing to this day. Whenever I do something good, because it doesn't matter what I say up here, it's facts mixed with the people in their feelings. I do good when I'm on the street so that if it doesn't come back my way, it follows my kids. That's what I do. When I go to sleep at night, I pray on my kids with their full name. I pray on my family with their full name because whatever goodness I put out, they receive it. That's the stuff I'm talking about. All this, oh, this and that. All this, oh, well, here, I pray on mine. Pray on mine. And to this day, every time I do something, I don't do it because I'm expecting something. I'm saying that just one day, if my son is stranded or my daughter is stranded, that whatever I put out there came back to my kids. I don't even do it for me. I do it for them. My daughter's going out. I said, okay, you remember the rules. My husband had the rules. I told somebody today, if you're drinking, don't drive. Call me. If not, sleep or go somewhere, sleep, or we'll come pick you up. My husband had to go pick her up. We try to do what we can. Not saying it's going to work every time. Not saying they're going to follow the rules every time. But I instill things in my kids. Things that when later on, when they have kids, they can say, oh, my mom taught me this. I know how to bake because of how my mom taught me. I know how to make certain things because of how my mom taught me. Carl talking about, oh, in football. Nothing with sense. Nothing with sense. We go outside. When me and my husband was outside, we drinking. If he sees I'm drinking, he stop and he start drinking water because we're trying to make sure we get home to the kids that we decide to have and have on this earth to make sure that they're okay, that we are present. If not one, we used to teach my daughter, the oldest, if something happened to us, make sure they're never separated. We taught them things. If anything happened to us, we didn't plan that we were going to be here forever. If anything happened to us, make sure you never make them separated. Make sure they're never separated. So all this stuff that people glorify and talk about, a real woman raised me, and real rules was put into me. Stuff was established into me. I don't care how I act on this internet. When I get off of this heifer and I have to get back to life, I get back to life. I get back to life. I don't come up here and perform like I'm living this great life and I'm doing XYZ. Principles. Teach them. What did you learn? What did you learn from your book? What did that story teach you? There's things that you have to do with your kids, because if you don't do them, you leave them out there and you get on the internet and talk about somebody pinch your son wee wee, then you should have made sure the person that pinched your son wee wee would have never seen life. You should have made sure he had the help he needed, because I'm trying to guess she put that as the let me ease this in just in case something comes out. Let me ease this in, as that's the reason why he is the way he is. What did you do for him when somebody pinched his PP or pulled it or whatever the story that you made up for the internet? What did you do for him? What help did you get him? Was it a kiki afterwards? Y'all just laughed it off? What was it? Who was it? Was it Papa Smurf? Who was it? Hey, Sam, hey. All this stuff about things and things and things and things. Oh, my God. Everybody want things. Everybody want things. Oh, I got a Balenciaga. I got a Gucci. I got a Coach. I got a... Please. But no morals and scruples. Nothing. No common sense. Your son don't even have common sense. He don't have common and he don't have sense. But belittling women is where it's at for him. It's the big kiki kaka. He kicked her out of his house. He called Carla kind of bitches and hoes. You know, if mine would have ever, they don't have to worry about speaking to me ever. You know, my kids know enough about me that we went to somebody's house one day and the lady's son was cussing at her. My kids had enough sense to say, if that was mommy, he would have been down the stairs because just I would have fucked him up. My kids know enough sense to know that if you ever talk to me like I'm off the street, I will treat you as such. She's all kiki kaka. Oh, he's breaking eggs on her head. She's doing anything for money. For the love of money will cost you everything. For the love of money would cost you everything. You let your son play with you like you was a RAC, a random ass chick on the street. I would never let mine play with me like I'm some random. But it was all for money. He cussed his sister out. You didn't even hold him accountable. If you did, I didn't see it. Hold him accountable for what he did to his sister after she had a baby. Everything was a slide. But you know what the problem is right now? You can't cover none of this that's coming your way. You can't stop nothing that's coming his way right now. You over there struggling and probably pulling all your hair out your head because you can't cover it up. You can't laugh it up. You can't get on the internet and talk your shit about, oh, it's nothing. It ain't nothing. Because you let everything. That's why I tell people I will let a few things slip, but I won't let everything slide. Because my kids know, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth so we could deal with it together. I don't care who you like to tell me the truth. I will stand there with you because you're mine. But tell me the truth. I'm not going to look like a goddamn fool on the internet. You see your son make all that stupid mistake on the internet and you sit there, you make excuses like people don't see with their own eyes and hear with their own ears. All this damn idiocy you did for years on the internet. You want to be a hot girl, want to be his friend. Mine's know when to be my friend. That is never. Never. The line is too thin. Cussing in front of your child, talking crazy in front of his kids, no respect, none across the board. Not with the kids, not with the grandkids. Didn't Dre say his own mother did things with him, and Blue say his friend did things with him when they were younger? And that could be the reason why he's a freaking predator now. That could be the reason why he's a predator now. I don't blame Callie. I wouldn't be around that mess. I wouldn't be around that mess. There is nothing my mother could ask for that I wouldn't give her. If I could give my mother my breath right now, I would give it to her. I ain't played about her, and everybody knew that. I don't play that. These motherfuckers get on the internet and play with their family. I don't play with that one. I don't care if it's my sister. I don't care who it is. Don't play about that one. Everybody play with their mom on the internet. Everybody play with their mom on the internet. Because everything and who I am, even my heart that I have to this day, is because of that lady. Because of that lady. Next month is her birthday. I don't play about that. I see people on the internet play with their mother, and I'm looking at it like, how? There wasn't anything she asked for. And I see that in my husband. My husband mother asked him for anything. It didn't matter what it was. And if he didn't have it, he found it. And she said it. If you want to see how a man's going to treat you, watch how he treats his mother. I told you guys many times, my husband said, don't watch what I say, watch what I do. Don't watch what I say, watch what I do. Every Friday, religiously, tomorrow, he's going to call his mom. They're going to get on the phone, and they're going to kiki. If that woman asks him for $1 million, I promise you, if he don't have it, he will find it. But that's the things I saw. That's the things my kids see. Pouring in, pouring back, and he put it forward because he said if it wasn't for his mom, he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't have the kids he have. He wouldn't have the things he have. So he always makes sure his mom is okay. I'm the same way. This selfishness about, oh, well, I have a house and my mom don't have a house, or I have things and my mom don't have the things. Is you cool? Is you okay? But you raise your kids like that. Raise your kids like that. I go to the store right now with my daughter. I don't pay for anything. When I want to go to the farmer's market and she's not nowhere in proximity, she'll Zelle me and say, hey, that's your farmer's market money. She doesn't have to. She's not my nigga. She doesn't have to, but she does it. She paid back forward. She doesn't have to, is the words that I'm saying. But the way how she gets on this internet and people praise her, what are you praising her for? What are you praising her for? My mother's birthday will be next month. My daughter will make sure they do something. She's going to have cake and everything. She did it last year. She's going to do it again this year. The last time I saw my mother, she didn't even recognize me because of dementia. She didn't even recognize me. Still showed up, still did what I had to do, still make sure she was okay, still pour into her, did everything, but she remembered my husband. She remembered my husband. And my husband likes to laugh and talk about that joke because it's funny to him. Because he thinks he was special. He just thinks he's special. I say all that to say, you don't play about your mom. You don't play about your mom. I don't know how people play with theirs. And if you don't have that relationship, that's fine. But you don't have to play all this disrespectful stuff. You just don't have that relationship, but I'm not going to talk bad about you. I'm going to keep it Gucci and keep it going. Mine had the world and didn't want for shit. Right. Right. But sit there and get on the internet. My mother didn't lie for me. She would tell you, I'll ask her because she'll tell me the truth. And I would. She used to tell people, you don't have to tell me. I will ask her and she will tell me the truth. And I did. Or before she asked me, I'll tell her what happened. I would tell her what happened. I pray on my kids. And I pray that I see my kids go through the worst and I'm with them to see them go through the worst. I don't get on the internet and play with my kids. I don't get on the internet and play games with my kids. That is weird. I won't play about my kids on the internet. I'm not going to drag my kids. I'm not going to say, oh, we did this because we made jokes about each other. I'm not going to get on the internet and drag my mother. I'm not going to talk about my mother was on drugs for X month years and XYZ and her. I'm not going to do that. What is that doing for me? But see, then I'm trying to break the cycle. Her mother did it to her. She did it to her son. But she won't hold that scar. She won't hold that sword. She get on the internet and it's justifiable what she did. She turned around and had Callie, or according to the mother, Callie whooped the mother's ass. Then Blue turned around and had C Murder whooped her ass. She barely have a relationship with Dre's baby. Look at the only sane one is Dre baby's mother. So I don't understand. I don't understand what they expect when everybody in the pool, in the circle, don't respect their elderly. They don't respect the people that come before them. They don't care about the people that was before them. And again, she could feel however she feel about her mother. That is her business. But she didn't pay attention that the hate that she hails onto her mother, her kids are giving it to her 10 times fold. The same hate, because it takes energy that she has for her mother, her kids are given to her 10 times fold. That's why Carl has no peace. She could get on the internet, put on all the filters she wants to, make it think like she's having best day, best life. She will never have no peace because she gets on this internet and drag her mother, and her son turn around and drag her, call her all kind of bitches and hoes. But don't see the cycle. Then they won't do better for the ones that they're bringing into the world to this day. They're on the internet playing because you're not trying to break. All you talk about generational curses, money. But manners will take you places money won't. Manners will take you places money won't. The way how you treat people will do things for you that the money, amount of money that you had would have never put you in rooms. But everybody think money makes, yes, money are powerful. If you have it and you were born in it and you made it, enjoy it. That's yours. But do not build everything about money. Do not build everything about money. Don't sit there and make it seem like if you have the most money, you, oh, my son, and he, no. No. When I'm sick or I don't feel good, or if my husband left and I'm sleeping still, he will text the kids and say, check on your mother. Make sure she eats. Or my kid will come and see, did you eat something? Or they'll send me food. Or they'll be like, oh, you're so-and-so. Okay, I'm going to bring you food. I'll let you know what time I'm on my way. That is what I'm talking about. Carl doesn't say anything that makes sense with her relationship with her children. Joya, and that was what I was taught by my mother. She said, manners will take you places money won't. Because of how you treat people, people will do for you. And I have, like I said, when I get off of here, the last couple of weeks, I think it's, who is it? I don't know who was texting me. Somebody was texting me like, where you going up? I said, no, I gotta go braid hair for some people. Some people they wanted their hair braided and they just wanted me to do it. And I was like, okay, I'll do it because I can. I go and I really go out there and do that. I really go out there and do that. I do that. With nothing behind it. I will buy food for people. Just out of random, just buy food. Lunch, here's lunch. Or I brought you something. Or do you want to try this? I do that. Not because I'm looking for something, because I know well enough that she taught me it's not who you do for, you get back. It's not the people that you pour into, you get back. Sometimes you get it from somebody you don't even know. That's what we do. But I don't have to sit and talk about the stuff I do off of this line because I know people think that's what my life is based. I pay forward. I have a brother that I made a promise that I make sure he's okay to this day. My brother is older than me. Older than me. I'm the baby. Make sure he's okay to this day. he wants for nothing. For nothing. I have a cousin that's going to be buried Sunday. My sister flew out to our country for his funeral. My brother won't want for anything because that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. We don't have all of this stuff that people be talking about. I have this. No, we pour in. My sister was sick, was in the hospital for about 3 weeks or so, a couple months ago. My daughter sent her flowers. She sent her soup. If you tell my daughter you're sick, she's sending you medicine. She'll just make stuff up. Dayquil, anything, she'll send it. That's what we do. We pay it forward. So all this that she talks about that people hype her up and get excited about, I had heard Carl said she went to give nothing. I saw Blue went and gave food at Skid Row, but what? For content? For content, was it something he was doing? For content. My husband liked to make ginger from scratch. He grinds it, he blends it up, he strains it in his cotton, what is it called? Cheesecloth. Mix it. I've given people ginger. Just be like, oh, he's made something, you want it? You can have it. I have done it. What might be a little or nothing to somebody, it was enough for somebody else. The last time I gave away his ginger, he's like, where's my bottle? My friend is on dialysis. HR went to her and they took her stuff. A couple days ago, she texted me. She was like, hey, could you bring me XYZ? I showed up yesterday. I pulled up on her. Pull up on me. Dropped the stuff off. She's like, thank you. I said, anytime. Anytime. What might see, anybody seem like nothing to people on the internet, but it's a lot to them. And mind you, the people I'm talking about have family, they have kids. But I show up. I show up. I show up. Sometimes my little chat that I be in, they be like, oh, where's Rebel at? Where's Rebel at? I would come back in and be like, hey, I was doing this and that for somebody. Yeah, in real life. In real life. Don't skip a beat. Just make sure I pay it forward because somebody did it for me, so I do it for somebody. And my kids know that that's how I deal. I do good to people because somebody did it for me. And I don't look back for something. I'm not telling you, oh, you got to give me this. You got to. No, I do good. But she basically want to be a part that through notes off the top of a van at them poor people, making them pick it up off the ground. He only one event from being in the same place as them. That's why I don't surround myself about money, Sam. It's not about money. And like I said, the last time he was at Skid Row a couple weeks ago, it was for content. They don't do things from their heart because that's what I think people mix me up with. I don't come up here to do content for the like of it. I do it for the love of it. I do it because I want to see the end of it. I want to see the end result and I want to see them get what they wanted because they get on this internet. Do not pour nothing positive into this internet world because to whom much is given, much is required. Carl don't do nothing positive on this internet but argue with this nigga's girls like she one of the home girls or she don't do nothing with sense. Nothing with sense. All she does is get on the internet and talk crazy. And then you have the idiots talking about, oh, you can never make me hear her. She's so funny. No, she's not funny. She's funny looking. She's not funny. She's not funny. She's not funny at all. Not even her son. Then if it's not that, it's like, oh, well, the grandbaby. Well, they're all my grandbabies. Well, if they're my babies, all this back and forth. Pick a side. Your son has vasectomy. He doesn't have vasectomy. Just a lying and lying and lying. And that's all he grew up probably seeing. All his people around him just lied. His mother, his father, everybody just lied. How the hell do you just lie so much? I have to, TK. I have to. That's how I was raised. I always pay it back forward. I don't have to talk about it because it's not important. It was just me saying what these were things that were instilled in me that I put in my kids. That's why I was talking about it. It's stuff that I do. But she over there talking about, and people are like, is she funny? Carly's so funny. Her and her son going back and forth funny. That's not funny. That's disrespect. That's disrespect. I don't get it. Nobody appreciate their family. Nobody appreciate the simple things, simplicity. Nobody appreciate the simple things. The things that you wish you could get back, the stuff that you wish you could sit there. But when he's in prison, oh, they talking, and that's her son, and he forgive, and their mama, and we on a good place, and he's seen God, and he's seen therapy. Nothing but blood clot lies she a tell. Just lies she a tell. You think therapy works like that? It's every day. Every day. You do it because you have to, or you do what you have to do until you could do what you want to do. So you do the therapy, you have discipline. And I will say this, when I look at Adrian Bronner sit in that ice water, that ice bath, he did not move, he did not jump, he did not blink. That's a man with a discipline. 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 Even when Dean was making faces and all that stuff, he sat there, he did not shake, he did not ooh, nothing. Discipline. It looks different. It looks different. Even with him losing the weight and everything, it looks different. They don't realize that there's always another circus coming. It just hasn't come to your tongue yet, and it will probably be worse than this one. They could have their circus. They could have their circus. All I'm saying is people are looking at this and thinking this is funny. And she's like, oh, the girls are with my son. And if you want to be with my son and you got to go through me, I don't want none of my son girls come through me through nothing. But I have a rule. If you let me meet that one, don't try to make me meet another one. Don't have me meeting everybody. I can't meet everybody because I ain't going to lie for you. I ain't going to do all that. I don't get in my kids' business. Even though they put me in it, I sit at the side like I'm just going to be a listening ear because this is probably what you want. Like I give the joke, my daughter texts me 2 a.m. talking about her do this snoring, she can't sleep. I record her dad snoring and tell her we in the same boat. That what's up. That's how my life is, simplicity. I don't care about the circus. I just want to see everything unfold how it's supposed to. I don't have to touch it. I don't have a heaven or hell to put Blue in. I don't have a heaven and hell to put C Murder in. I don't have nothing. I did see yesterday, though, Sadie made her little commentary. I believe it was on TikTok where she was talking about, oh, this happened about 2 years ago. I didn't know that there was a tape. Then I looked around and I was like, hold on. Still looking like a niggy. Still looking like a transformer. When they see how terrible the circus ends, there won't be another one. There'll always be one. I look at her and I was like, you on the internet talking about it happened years ago and you didn't know, but you were making tapes with Blue, but you didn't know that Bravo had a tape. I didn't even go try to look to see what else. I guess she was on a live or something. I saw her hard, manly looking face saying that story. And I was like, wow. So now you want to talk when you have no morals, your goddamn self. None. No integrity. None. They're all weird. And I know you guys saw the video where C Murder is talking about she's going to go train with Adrian Bronner, AB. So she's going to be in Cali because she got to go train with Bronner. What do I always say? When you see C Murder in California, what do I always say that means? And I'll even take it further. What do that means? For the ones that always follow. When you see Murder in Cali, what does that mean? She was just happy to get more than 6 viewers on TikTok. Oh, you talking about Sadie? She has millions. Right. She has millions. She got a couple dollars. Absolutely. She got money she got money. So she's talking about she cannot do training because with an open womb, you have staff. Now, what do I say about information? How it could be what? What did I say about information? She going to make another payment? Maybe she is, because if the nigga said them niggas hungry, maybe she is. What did I say about information? What did I say about it, darling? She got $33. Maybe she's going to misinformation and disinformation, right? She got online talking about, I don't even think I have it because I didn't even care. She said, you know, when you got an open wing in your box and you could get a staph infection. What kind of wound can you tell me you think she had? Don't all jump at once. What kind of wound do you think she had that would have a staph infection? Do anybody want to make a guess? Can anybody? Anybody? Have you ever met anybody with a staph infection? Let me try that way. Have you met anybody with a staph infection? A nasty one? Okay, have you met somebody with one? Karen. Karen is a fool. No, me too, Karen. Why would she catch a staph infection? Why would she think she has a staph infection? Not is it a yeast infection? No, it's caused by wound. You could get it from your skin. You could get it from burns, blisters, cuts, anything. But that would mean that you are being on what? 12 balls. It would mean that you're being unclean. For you to fall and get scrapes and you get a staph from that, you're being unclean because she's dirty and didn't take care of her road rash. Right. So you're sitting there talking about, oh, you could get a staph. Most human beings, and you know somebody told her this, because I have not met a regular person. And the fact that she said staph specifically. Somebody told her that. She did not come up with that because I ain't never met no regular person. I'd be like, oh, you know what? I might have a staph infection. How would she know? Because she would have to go get it tested for them to even say it's a staph infection. Big dodo bird. It's just the things that they say that you be looking at them sideways like, staph? Come on now. And if she has staph infection and she decided to go, if she would have been diagnosed with a staph infection and she would have went and go hang out with 6'4", 11 niggies, she could spread that. Right. I said she learned a new word. Somebody told her that. That I've never met a regular person ever in my life in nickdom. I've met a lot of people in niggerdom. And I'm like, girl, what? And she still wouldn't, that word, permanent, she still wouldn't take a dirt nap. The staph wouldn't do nothing for her. So it wouldn't even matter. And she still wouldn't need to take the antibiotic. I saw that, Jackie. I saw it. I saw it. First of all, for you to have a staph infection, it would mean you have an infection. So there would be signs and symptoms. There would be signs and symptoms of an infection. You would literally have signs and symptoms. You don't just jump to staph like, oh my God, I have staph. You have signs and symptoms. You would have inflammation. You would have pain or warmth. Well, she should have pain. That's normal. There would be pus and drainage coming from the site. So what is she talking about? What is she talking about? You'd have from you seeing starting pus up, or you having different drainage from there, and you notice that it's not healing because it's after you tear the first layer of skin, your skin decides to scab, and the scab is like a protective layer, a protective barrier. That's why people have a scab on their skin because it's a protective layer. Even though a lot of people don't like the scab on the skin, it protects from anything from going out to come in. So she should be scabbing. I don't know why she's saying all that stupid stuff, but hey, her fans were gonna eat it up. I can't bite because you could have a staph infection. She knew what in her mouth. That's it. That's all. She didn't fall and knock the teeth out in her mouth. She didn't do nothing. The fall was not effective. It was ineffective, I should say. So she say all that, and she says she's gonna train with Broner She's on a train with Broner. But this is what I'm thinking, and I could be wrong. But let me cook. I'm thinking she's watching all the shenanigans going on in the circus. I'm thinking she's seen Jaden over there out in this niggy. I think she sees this nigga talking about you, my girlfriend. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna do anything. And she probably is like, oh, if I go to Cali, I could wiggle in because they're out. I could wiggle in, be cool with this nigga, help this nigga, promise this nigga XYZ. Because you already know for her to be close with that nigga, she gotta promise him that money. She gotta promise him that money ends. So I'm thinking like a criminal, and I could be wrong, but I'm thinking like a criminal. I think she's thinking this is an opening. She gets a door, the door is cracked. She could bust on in and claim her relationship and be that girl and claim her familia because he's already said he got a family and he's already him and Jane is on the outs and out. So she probably's like, wait a minute, huh? I'm in that thing. I know how to get him too. What? I think that's what this is about. I could be wrong. But I think she's looking as a way to smooch herself in. What else did she do? Because she was just talking to her. She was having that boring ass stream that she had. She was talking to her mammy about the child and the bowel. And I think somebody said the mom asked her about the pacifier for the boy. I don't know what that's about, but hey, get it how you live. That's who Tifa asked to train her, so she might be trying to mess that up. What if Tifa win, lose, or draw? Don't care. The way how she set up Begin, I don't even watch the show. The way how she set up Begin, I don't care what happens to that one either. But then again, if you notice anything about me, like I said, I don't fan off on none of them. I don't care. She's them alone just like the rest of them. It's in them to be deceitful. So don't care who she trains with. She says she gonna beat somebody up if that's what she do. But to every hitter, there's another hitter, and I hope this girl rock her very well. What's your take on Jay being around Kai and Kai's connection to Beano's? I don't have a take on it. I'll give you my honest opinion. I think it's a bad idea, but I also think it's also something as a dig to her Batty boy baby father. I think she's doing this to upset Blue's spirit or Vex's spirit, and it's going to work because he's an idiot and he's an emotional one. If it's a real relationship, it's not going to last. My assessment, I could only speak from what I think and what I'm looking at and what I'm used to. My assessment, if it's a real relationship, it's not going to last. It's not going to be last because when you get into a rebound relationship, it's not going to last. Also, from what you see people talk about, when she's drunk, she's a mean drunk. From what I see from the boy, he doesn't look like he drinks a lot. He looks like he like a good time, not a hard time. Don't know. Again, my thing for Jaden, if I was a friend, I would have been like, "He leave that alone. Don't you already got messy with the manager and all that. Don't do another thing just to get on somebody's bad side. She could get on Blue's bad side on her own. She does not need a neat team. She does not need a Kai. But hey, do it what you know. Get it how you live. She's grown. She has the free will, but she's not free from the consequences of those will. That's what she won't be free from, because everything she's doing, her child will see. One day, or somebody will tell him, or he will hear something, and he will start looking and searching, because they don't protect their kids from nonsense. Whether it ended well or not, I don't know. I just don't think she's healed enough for a relationship. I don't think the boy is serious enough for what comes with her. I don't think he's serious enough for what comes with her. And even if he's trying to make something, being in the midst of somebody's nasty situation never is a good, it's not going to be a great thing. Hopefully it's just for content. Hopefully it's just for content. But even at that best, every time you turn around, my man, that is so. And again, if she might be doing it to get under Blue skin, that's her business. But she still got to be mindful, because things might flip itself over. But who knows? Everybody's doing content. Everybody's hooking up for content. I wouldn't hook up with nobody else because I do not need a crew and I do not need a link up to deal with you. She has enough ammo to deal with him by herself, doing the guy thing, because maybe that's his weakness. Maybe that's her way of saying, "Oh, I'm getting my lick back, whatever." Women can't do the same thing men do and be a lady. It doesn't work like that. I didn't make those rules. It's just what it is. Do I believe she should have got her blick back? Absolutely. Do whatever makes your heart beat. She's grown. She has to deal with the consequences of her actions. So she should do whatever she likes. But she forgot she has two human beings that still have to walk this earth. I'm back. I missed so much. I'm about to that I missed so much. You just got a report. How you mean you missed so much? You did not miss it. We was just here 10 minutes after you left. I don't know why you playing with us. Don't play with us. Don't play with us. I hope Brana do not let her next to her because she's bad karma. She's bad juju. The little sea murder girl. I hope he doesn't have her. But I know they are using it as content, so she will be there. I just know that's what it is. But everybody just don't use their discernment. Everybody talk about they God, and they covered, and he don't play about them and all this. But I see everybody's just God is just now a new content. It seems like he's a content in everybody's content. When they want to act like they're holier than, or when they want to act like they're better than somebody, it's oh my God, I'm God, and it's ridiculous. God is content. I just want you to know that. That's what I've noticed. He's content because everybody got him in their room on their mic. But either which way she chooses to do it is her own. I could only speak as the people that have been around me, that the advice I would have gotten, that my OG would have told me. My OG, my aunt, I tell you, I had so much females around me when I was coming up. My aunts were crazy with it. They don't make no man stop no show, but they don't do all that. And again, I would have preferred her move silently and do what she had to do silently and be more elevate herself, get her situation up, get her money up. Don't be belittling nobody. Get up, get what she's supposed to get, do her big one, and go about it. But that's just my thought process on it. That doesn't mean that that's her reality. Her reality stems from her nature versus her nurturing. It comes from how she feels she want to vindicate herself. But I've learned that a lot of people understand it. And again, with psychology, it's not about the get back. It's never about the get back. They'll teach you it's not about get back. It's about walking away and leave it alone, never looking back. Deny access and move on. But we in that era where everybody want to be, oh, get your lick back, girl. You're not doing enough. You need to do more. I mean, Kai said they're going on a date, they're doing a music video, whatever. Hey, to each is their own. It's just like when the lights are cut off and she has to lay in her bed by night by herself with her thoughts and her feelings and her choices, because she will have to deal with them after the alcohol die off and the hangover stop and the headache kicks in. She gonna have to deal with that. And it doesn't matter who tell her what and how they tell her, she's going to have to deal with that. Because Sam will be here for I don't know how long until she's an ex-friend too. Because it seems like she doesn't keep friends either. And I don't know if it's because they're bad people or she's that good at having friends. I don't know. Can't tell. I don't look into Jay like that. I was hoping she was on the shows talking about she was never gonna, never with Blue, never. Once you say never, I look at you side eye because I was taught never is not nothing is guaranteed. Guaranteed is not a real word and never is not a real word. You can't use them. So I looked at her weird on that aspect of it, things. Secondly, when you have a substance abuse problem, because that's what it is. Alcohol is substance abuse. And when you have that kind of problem and this kind of stuff going on, it's not a good mix. It's not a good mix. And you have little people to take care of? No, absolutely not. And she's going to drown further and further into that alcohol until it becomes her own demon if she don't tighten up. But we shall see. But whether she does with Kai or not, I don't care. Because I would never give her that advice. Kai is going to use her, Jay, in my opinion, hold your hand and say this to you. Heal and elevate, keep your baby safe. That's all. That's it. That's all. That's all they should have told her. Step away from it, heal, elevate, and do her big one. That would have been it. No access denied. She could have forgive anything he did, but forgiveness does not mean access. And forgiveness would have been for her. And she did not need a conversation because you do not need conversation for closure. You do not need a forgiveness and an apology for closure. Closure happened the day the act happened. When you showed me what you were, that's all the closure I needed. That was it. When he released that video, that was her closure right then. She didn't need no more closure. But I'm a weird one, so who knows? You mean the lead singer of Time Clinic Kid Undertaker? Okay. As you say that, hold on. Let me show you something, Sonny. Since you came to hang with us for a little bit, let me show you what she did. Because somebody sent it to me and I was laughing. Where is it at? Did I pull that in foolishness up? I didn't. A lie. A lie. I thought I did. Hold on. I got it. Held on. Oh, I do have it. See? They just be falling into whatever I look what she did. Now, Sam, let me hold your hand when I tell you this, because she posted this on her story. If you were gonna post that this was you, you could have did a better job. You making it seem like your face, girl, bye. You don't even have this body, yada yada, girl, bye. But that's what she did. That's what she did. She made it seem like, oh, I guess she's going with the name. I mean, she can't deny it. All she is too mad. And is Mm. Um she could do whatever she likes. That's a hard man face. She's not a good friend. What they say? I need my OBS sign. Mom, please. Oh, she playing that stupid music, talking to her child. Sam the man. Mm-hmm. If the shoe fits, she needs to. It's don't move. That's a hard man's face. Sam needs to shut the f up and just support her friend and her meatloaf looking ass with an old school Tonka truck body. They be paying attention. This one is going to tell everything that Jay told her. I don't believe their relationship gonna last. But I don't know, honey. I don't know, honey. She's weird. She's a weird character. She's a weird character. That one. That one is a weird character because she over there talking about, I had to sit in my friend. You're not a good friend. Shut up. Just shut up. You're not a good friend. Because a good friend would have told her, you know what? Get your money up. Get yourself up. Do you already lose your weight? A good friend would have gave you a good old fashioned truth. You don't need none of this extra. Because when, like I said, if Blue died tomorrow, Jen be the first one crying. They know who she gonna talk about who she gonna talk about for content. She gonna talk about Nivea. And Nivea already said you're talking about my baby while you're talking about that girl baby. It looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nivea need to slap upside her head just for that alone. Because while C Murder was talking about what's her name? Tasika's son, and Tasika let that slide. Nivea needs to slap her upside her head. She said she gonna handle her when she had dropped the baby. Stop talking about that girl baby like you're so funny. And that's why I said I thought about it today and I was like, I guess what's her name was right. Jaden is a mean girl. Kali. She's a mean girl. Mm-hmm. But hey, she got it. You got it. You got it. Why would you say that girl baby look like Arnold Schwarzenegger? I guess. But she got her following up. I hope it makes her feel good at night and sleep well at night. Oh, Sam, why the long face? I said, oops. The look of he's not dying fast enough. At some point in time, everybody going to make their bed and they got to lay there. They put it on the internet, so they put it on the internet because they want people to talk about it. Now that was when she fell. Remember, Fripp? The cartoon just turned it into that. That's when she fell and she was doing all the performative crying and that was that. That's just a cartoon caricature of her. That's it. But like I said, they're all cray. They're all a little bit cray and everybody feel like they're better than the next one. I don't know why. I don't even know why. And like I said, my mind can be changed where Nivea is concerned. I thought she had a plan. I wish she had a plan. I still hope she has a plan. I hope she's the one that dusts him out. I hope she's the one that get the best revenge on him. I wish she had a plan that will work and make sense, but I don't know because I don't know if I could sit back with this guy and watch my child stuck to this guy and knowing he's a weirdo. No, Jaden said Nivea baby gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, she said that. And it's weird that she has this so much to say, bro. She has so much to say. And it's crazy because she's been there. You know, she's been there. She know what that felt like. But according to Arnold, according to the Undertaker, what she said that well, Nivea did it to Jaden all through her pregnancy. I guess two wrongs make a right. Just take him back and, and dunk him in the water longer. Right? Well, she has Charles with him. It looks like Charles is the boy's new caregiver. That is a beautiful mixture. Just a beautiful mixture. Charles is the boy you give a disabled child to a crackhead to take care of. I wonder if when she gets shoot up with her hair on, does she take the little boy with her? Because let me put up a scheme together and tell you something. Imagine this. Picture this. Baltimore downtown. I'm walking with the kid in the stroller to go get high. I get a nice high, just doze off for a little bit, or one of one of the sellers just be like, "Hey, you want this? Is some good shit? This some new this shit right here, Nick? This shit right here, this shit right here." And you just doze off a little bit after you hit it, and you wake up and meal mix is gone. Boom. I would have held him for ransom. What you mean? I would have got her so high, I would have held him for ransom. I'd have been like, you need to try this shit right here. This gonna give you a high you never had before. I would have held him for ransom. Mm-hmm. Definitely would. I'd have been like, if you don't give me X amount of dollars, he gonna be under the sea. Under the sea. Absolutely. Charles going to have a for sale sign on the stroller. I could imagine the car right now. Hey, Sean, I had the baby with me and there was a stick up in the grocery store, Sean. And they stole him from out of the grocery store, Sean. He was in his carrier, Sean. And while he was in his carrier, Sean, I couldn't fight them all, Sean, because they had 12 blickers. And some of them had a ball, Sean. They want X amongst $1,000 for the to get back. Junior, Sean. Jesus, Sean. You gotta come back home. I'd have been like, girl, let them keep that motherfucker. What's up? What we doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd have been like, I think it just happened. I mean, we just went to the street. Mind you, would have been 3 days. She'd have still been knocked out high as a kite. You hear me? Mia Mix will be a goner. His mom is fake rich. That's the reason why I do good, because I have a dark sense of humor. I know somebody gonna be in their feelings like you're talking about somebody's innocent child. Tomato. You might think he's innocent. I think he's just a pawn in a scheme. So don't judge me, darling. Don't judge me. We do the judging over here. But I'm just saying, imagine you give a crackhead a baby to watch. It seems like you're setting up your crackhead mother to be a failure. That's what it's given. And if God was like me, because when I was younger, that used to be my favorite phrase. If God was like me, and my mother said, that's why he's not like you. I said, them people would get paid back instantaneously. You hear me? Instantaneously murder face will look just like the pig. Ooh, child. If I was her, if that ever happens, and if I was her and my mammy called me with that shit, I would have been break dancing. You hear me? I would have been break dancing like a mother sucker. I'd have been like, call the popo, and then I'll get on live and start performing. Start growing. What happened to my baby, bro? I would have done it all. You hear me? I would have did my big one. I would have child talking about performance. I would have had an Oscar or escort, whichever one comes first. I would have definitely had that. Shit. You better not count it out. I would have did the biggest performance of my life. Yes, sir. I would have been crying and whining, and it's not the good kind. I'd have been like, ooh, if my brothers was up, bro, they would have been. Because all it is a performance, to be fair. See, murder face. Charles's brother Ratatouille plan C when she was planning for the toddler to go night night and and B didn't work out, right? Right. That's what I'm like. How you mean? Oh, I have the bean footage. Hold on. I guess this is the rest of it. Help please. I didn't even notice that it was sent to me. Hold on. Maybe with my speaker on. Hold on. Anything you seen on anybody's interview is not true, especially by him. Like that is, I don't gotta expose nobody. Anybody's interview is not true, especially by him. Like that is, I don't gotta expose nobody. It's literally happening on his phone. Y'all literally try to press me for leakers which had nothing to do with it. Like, so it's like everybody's dirt is on Williams. And ain't no ran through. Like, why? No, I don't even know what I'm talking about. No, I wasn't shocked. I already knew. Like, I knew 2 years ago. Like, I knew, like, this was over. It wasn't me. I can tell you that. There was so much more that y'all don't even know. Like that, like y'all won't, like, I'm not doing it for free. Oh, say this. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You're not a good friend. She's not a good friend. That's why you mother suckers play mud. Because a real friend, if you are not a good friend, and let me explain this to you how I somebody explained this to me. And I was talking to myself. Myself explained this to me. If I tell the world that you're not a good friend because you slept with my that was the transformer indeed. That is Sadie. If I tell the people that you're not a good friend because you slept with my baby father, and then I turn around and sleep with your baby father, what does that make me, chat? If I tell the world you're not a good friend or you're not a good person because you slept with my baby father, and I turn around and sleep with your baby father, what does that make me? If I tell the world you are ancient and because you did XYZ, what does that make me? See, that's why I said Jane should have never doubled in the dirt because she got dirty doing the same thing they did. You knew what they did and you did the same thing. So either you wanted to sleep with Bravo or you just weird. Because that was no great lick back. Because then did she turn around on the live and said F Bravo too? But then turn around and tweet and said Bravo was a king? Like that's not what a get back is. That's not what a get back is. Now again, you knew you knew why ends will think that was lovely. That was great. They're equally yoked. Because a smart person would have taught you know what? F you, F him, get my money, let me F y'all and elevate because that's what you're supposed to do and do better. She's talking about, oh, there's so much. She's not a good person. You would know. Both of you are the same people, different fonts. You would know. You and her were friends, right? And evidently, you probably taught her some whole tactics. I don't know because I don't mess with Transformers. I don't know. I haven't seen her with Swinging Wheels since she been back. Because the first time he touched one of her swords is on. I don't think she would. Yeah, she's trying to keep him off the stream. I think she's following rules. 2 peas in a pod makes her a hypocrite and a dirty ass slur. Jaden doubled down and said she was the original 304. I don't care what nobody says, and I don't care how you cut this pie. I cannot turn around and call you names for doing what you did to my baby father and turn around and do the same thing. You guys cannot make, first of all, the way how my thinking is set up, and this is just mine. It's not written in stone and it's not book because I can only tell you from my perspective. That does not make you better than her. When you end up doing the same thing she did, it does not make you better than her. You could say I would have respected her more if she went if they got in the field. But even if you had to wait for that hole and got her slipping, and y'all had to run that feed, it does not make you better than her. So I don't understand how y'all triumph in her whole activities, but don't triumph the other one. Because all it was student meet teacher to me. Like I said, if she had did that with somebody else and she controlled the recording, I'd have been like, okay, you did what you had to do, but you did with the same, with no with no condom, with no condom. Then walk over there talking about Bravo got her drunk. I mean, God, Bravo was in her hand. They got drunk. You making excuses for whole tactics? That's why, and this is a reason why I'll tell you I'll never sit here and try to fan them out, because when you fan them out, their true side will show. Because I don't know who gave her that idea, keep giving her bad idea and bad advice. And she don't have no real need, no real niggas by her side or no real liberals by her side, because nobody would have gave her that. But again, you'll see in the comments. Weren't y'all in the comments talking about? Oh, yeah, some of y'all was in the comments talking that was great shit. Because that will always circulate. One of these days, when her child is older, he could go on the internet and boom, there go mommy. Different color wigs, different episode, and I noticed that even though Blue said it because it confirmed it, it looked like she did that in her own house. I mean, it's her own house; she could do whatever she want. You mean to tell me, Uncle Bravo, if your son go on the internet, he see Uncle Bravo clapping cheeks in your own house? But you respect your child, but you didn't respect your child enough to go to a hotel, a motel, a Holiday Inn, and don't bring that kind of demon in your spirit in your own home where your children lay their head. Come on, y'all just want to say things to make it sound correct because y'all want to like people. That would have been my child. I would have cussed her straight the fuck out. I'd have been like, that's some stupid shit, and who would have taught you that dumb shit? I would have called that out. I would have been like, that's some dumb shit, and me and your father would have never taught you that. In your own house that you talk about your kids be at. But you did that? You brought that kind of demon and that kind of spirit in your home? Man, Jen got Blue pissed. Blue seemed he want Bravo. You something wrong with you, Sonny. So who getting her drunk every day now? I don't know. Whack is an idiot. Mommy got a big old ass. Karen, you a fool. Now you, Karen, stay out of that lady booty business. Stay out of that lady booty business. She's not the first person that got cheated on. I hate how y'all spin narrative. She wasn't the only one speeding one got cheated on. Didn't Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce with Becky with the good hair? Didn't Halle Berry got cheated on by all her niggas? Didn't Eva, all these beautiful girls that I could name? Men will cheat because they can. It has nothing to do with what you're presenting. They cheat because they can. She wasn't the first person that got cheated on. She wasn't the first person on earth that got cheated on by her friend. He was cheating all the time. The get back will seem like it was just you wanted to sleep with Bravo. My own assessment. Take it. You don't have to like it. I bet little Sarah and Jeff don't hear us. Oh gosh, Superior over on Twitch sitting on Blue Lap again. I am going to entertain it. Superior can do whatever he wants. So all I'm saying is jail time for everybody. 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 But also, that girl likes to drink around her kids. Because while y'all talking about Jaden this and Jaden that, a lot of y'all missed the part where she called Journey a bit. When they were in the water and Journey with her and she turned around and called her a bit. But y'all want to give Jaden all this satisfaction. They called your 3-year-old a bit. You turned around like you wanted to fight their 3-year-old like she was off the street. It speaks a lot about her character too, but y'all want to pick and choose. Y'all want to pick and choose. It's all an illusion for the dumbass. Oh, Jacques. Oh yeah. You can look it up. They were in the pool. She turned around and called her daughter a B. But we're gonna make excuses for Jaden because poor Jaden and old Jaden. No, when I tell you that internet gonna show them for who they are, it's gonna show them for who they are. Everybody want to sit and pick sides. You don't have to pick side. You look at it, play for what it is, and you call it for what it is, not what you want to make it out to be. You're right. China was the first. Remember, on the serious note, Jen need to get it together. Well, she sure did. I was like, what the fuck? She said she did. It was on camera in the pool. She called her a bee. That's her 3-year-old daughter that you call a bee. But when it comes to Jaden, it's this weird. Oh, she did. She need to get her lick back. Man, shut up. Y'all get on my fucking nerves. I saw that. I wonder. I would never call my child a bee. Even if you did, what caused you to call a 3-year-old a bee? What did she do so much? And imagine if she do that there. What does she do when they're irregular? But I digress. They're all playing the same. They're all playing the same mud. They're no better than the other. They're all playing the same mud. They're not setting no example. All this, my children talk is just for talk. Be about it. Don't talk about it. She was acting like she wanted to fight her daughter in the pool, and did. She gave all that energy. She gave all that energy. Her 3-year-old, because I think she pulled her hair while she was on the back of Blue, and then Blue said, "I got her," and she started splashing the water in her face. All right. Mm-hmm. She spit on her. I don't know what the hell she did, but still, that's your child. They probably gonna dukes it up when she get old enough. They probably gonna throw hands. I mean, uh-huh. But like I said, every one of them. That's when Jane was jealous over her man. Junior, what are you doing? With batteries in the background whistling. Girl, that's my water. I drink sparkling water. That's why you hear it pop. Don't do me. Don't do me. That's my water, honey. I do my intakes. I don't play that. Journey and Jaden. Yep, bingo. Yeah, they gonna be throwing hands. And if the rumor is true that she jumped her mother with her sister, she'll be throwing hands with her daughter. Because that circle that goes around, definitely coming back around. Definitely coming back around. So while y'all over there talking about who's the best mother and who's the best baby mother and who's the best, okay. How about it? There's no excuses for certain things. No excuses for certain things, but what do I know? Somebody will make an excuse. Well, her mother shouldn't have, and she was choking her sister out, and she had to jump in. Whatever. Again, I don't know if the story is real. All I'm saying, if it's true, she's gonna have that. She's gonna have to deal with that again. It's the law of life. But you know what is so good? Fripp didn't even say Journey's gonna go to prison. At least we're doing better now. I don't know where Journey's gonna go. I don't do all that. Well, that shouldn't mind the I thought you were talking about my can when I opened it of water. Karen, didn't we have a conversation about what you need? We had a conversation about what you need. Don't laugh at her, Jackie. Don't laugh at her. She's wild. She always blames me for stuff. But like I said, I'm gonna sit back and watch the full episode. I'm gonna watch everything unfolds. See Murder gonna be doing the most when she get to Cali. I don't know when she go into Cali. She gonna be doing the most. She gonna be outside. She probably gonna be hanging out with Bruno, Bino. Even Bino's baby mother hanging out with Blue was low vibrational. Why are you hanging out? I knew I didn't hear anything. Okay, thank you. Jaden's ruining her own reputation. The internet is forever. Putting your child in a weird situation only hurts them. I don't think people are thinking about tomorrow, Sonny. Let me turn Charlotte. Kids are not for today, Sean. Kids are for tomorrow. But yeah, she'll be in. That's a lot more. Fripp. Kids are for tomorrow, Sean. Kids are not for today. When tomorrow comes around and them kids start spinning them, turning them everywhere but loose. Y'all was supposed to lie for me. When does Nev drop? They said next month. Wow, what's up? What you want to see, Sonny? What you want to see? What you want to see, Sonny? Because if you put your hands on your mother, I will never respect you. If you put your hands on your mother, I will never respect you. I can't. Oh, head knocking boots and tongue in the Baltimore streets. August 24th. What is that considered a Virgo? So she's having a Virgo baby? Oh me, oh mine. I mean, I don't know. I don't lost. I was riding with Niv. I was riding with Niv a little bit. I was like, oh, she gonna make us proud. She gonna do her big one. She gonna do her 1 2 1 2. I'm not riding. I'm not riding. I'm getting off the horse. The last time I was on a horse, my pum pum bones hurt me. That better not be no goddamn Libra in August, Joya. You're talking to one, and I believe Libra starts September 21st. Don't do it the 20th, 22nd, 20th. I don't know. I don't know when this thing starts, but I know it starts because my daughter is a September baby. So, and I know she's a Virgo. Nah, sis, and you know you're gonna hear it when oh yes, she know she gonna get pulled to the pulpit. We gonna have a talk at the pulpit when I get off. Wait, no, that's a right. Oh, that's goodness about. I'm not riding. I'm getting off the horse because my pum pum bone done hurt me from riding. Trying to hope and pray that these people got some sense. Because I don't automatically just sit there and think. And don't get me wrong, I could say all this, and this is just my opinion. I don't know what's going to happen to Nivea. I don't know if Nivea have a plan or not. It's just my thought process because I always have to think things through. Even when I'm in a situation, I have to think things through. Like, how did we get here? What's the outcome? What's the expected outcome? That's kind of how my brain works, right? For the most part. I was hoping she was gonna save the day, giddy up, but I gotta get off the horse. My pum pum hurting. I'm on the horse. The saddle is hurting my pum pum. I took off the saddle. My pum pum is on the horseback, and it's not helping. And I ain't got no bony pum pum, by the way. I ain't got no bony pum pum, but no, I can't do this. I was waiting for you to come to this side. I'm not getting to those side, Jacqueline. Keep me out of that. You are seriously rooting for her. No, not in the way you think. When I say rooting, I was hoping that she would do her big one and spin this narrative around. That's what I was saying. But no, I'm not gonna get on and drag her now. I'm just saying I thought she had a plan. But my pum pum said otherwise. I'm not riding, hoping she has a plan. If she has one, then kudos to me. Yay, yay. Whoop, 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 whoop. If she doesn't, then I got off the horse with my pum pum intact. That's all. I was saying, no, I just don't. I'm not. It's not that I. If I get into my head and think that her son is going through something, it's going to really mess with my whole. It's going to mess with me because I would definitely think she deserved the worst punishment on earth. Because when it comes to kids being hurt by adults, that's a bad place. If it comes out that her son was getting touched or played with by that boy, it would bother my peace. So that's why I have to step away from thinking she has a plan, because no plan, and somebody said it in the chat and you have to agree, no plan that she's doing is worth the safety of her child. Even if she was sitting there by herself with her pregnancy, going through it by herself, yes, think you have a plan. But with your child being closer and closer to this guy, it's a no for me, dog. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. One thing about me, I gave Jaden the benefit of the doubt. I gave Niv the benefit of the doubt. I will do that. That's fair. I will always be fair. That's who I am. But no, my vagina is not doing it no more. I mean, I hope she still has a plan. I just don't have faith, but I hope. I'm looking at her and I'm lost. I'm lost as a giraffe. I'm lost. I can't even put it into comprehension and make it make sense for me. And I'm not saying that there's nothing there. Just me with what I'm looking at with my eyes. I have to believe my eyes. I can't look at it and I can't look at it and say, oh, you know what? Maybe she gives him something and he goes to sleep at night And when he wakes up, he has the boy hugged up, and maybe she removed the boy. The stuff that she walks away from him tongue stroking the bottle with the cap, him joystick riding on Blue's neck. It's just stuff. It makes me uncomfortable. The stuff that the boy is doing, and she's there. Kids, elderly, and disabled people are definitely off limits too. I'm the wrong person because the way how I be doing meowie, I'm the wrong person, child. Blue's gonna her name on the. If we see it, she sees it. Chat tells her too. She can't deny it. Right. Her plan is not to be homeless. Let me tell you how I'm a strong believer in. Even though I tell people about their Christianity, I'm a strong believer. If you take one step forward, the good Lord will take two or three. He will even take five. Sometimes you just got to walk in faith. And not what you see, but in faith that everything will come out the way it's supposed to. She has a brother in Indiana. She's not going to be homeless. She's playing this hoo-ha games. Sometimes the support you have is always, people always want different support than what they have. Sometimes what you have is all you need. Sometimes what you have is all you need. Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say the way I be on his do you have the video of him sucking the bottle? And I archived it. I will send it to you in your IG. I will have to send it to you in your IG. My spirit was not okay with me posting it. My spirit was not okay with him doing with the guy recording it. I'll send it to your IG, Fripp. If we, I just can't. There's too much adults walking around with unhealed trauma from other stuff that has happened to them as adults. There's too much adults walking around because childhood trauma cause adult drama. And if she could avoid it, she should. Like I said, yes, look. There's nothing that you could tell me that will make me feel right about nothing that I saw. I had kids. My kids would lose it. If you tell me, look, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people do it. I didn't bring dudes around my kids. I didn't play it out. Me and my husband used to rotate how we deal with. I just don't know. And I'm not saying everybody has their resources. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if I'm looking at you and you look weird around my child, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. Don't even let me think. And she's there. She's there. It's not like she has to go to work. She's there. The way how he would have died a slow death. I watched it in disbelief that it wasn't stopped. Yeah, and the cameraman was just as disgusting. Makes me wonder what the hell do they do in that house? Yeah, it's like he didn't even stop him, tap him, and say, "Hey, don't do that. That's not cool." Then when they said Nib just turned around and said, "I love you, girl." I didn't grow up with things. I did not grow up with things, but I grew up with a lot of love and understanding. I did not grow up with things. But child, the way they play with their kids. The way they play with their kids, and then they sit there and talk about, "Don't play with my child." Well, you playing with your child. You playing with your child. Where's the safety key? Fripp, I just sent it to you. They removed the part from the stream playback. She lets the house babysit. What if this is a reality show? Shepherd Prod Volume 1, cause ain't no ways this. Joya is the year of the. I call last year the year of the I don't even remember no more. He only lifted the car, and one day I'll notice her son doesn't have to say a word. Just give him $3, two male and one female, and watch what he does with it. I'm not playing with you. Mm-mm. So now I'll be looking at stuff, and I'll be like trying to not go there with people with their children. But also, I know she's not the only one that's careless with her child. But in this time and age, with everything that's available, why play with your child's safety like that? Even if you didn't think Blue was a weirdo, girl, why the f is your son such a weirdo too? That's my point. That's my point. Went to buy cowboy gear, and Boo was looking after him. Summer, I watched it in real time and went it to look back and gone. I'm checking in a second. So yeah, I sent it to you. Mm, I don't know. She too trusting, or she too naive, or she too slow, or she just didn't the other YSLs. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. I don't like it because he's a child. He's a child, and he needs structure. He needs boundaries. He needs his mother's love, and it seems like he's craving onto Blue because she's absent. She's absent. Then you know when she had this baby, she's worse going to be absent with him. Who? Who started a kick channel? She's been exposed along with Blue. All of them are being exposed. Who? Who said who? Sonny, I know you lying. Sonny, I have to go help the homeless. I don't have time for this. I'm hoping that this, I'm hoping one of these niggas croak, take a dirt nap, and we could rough this shit up. But hoping, wishing this for suckers. So I'm just gonna have to be like everybody else and watch it go into world. Yeah, once it's on the internet, it's always gonna be on the internet. Well, they definitely the Hallmark channel. Um, everybody want to restrict you. You can't cuss. You can't shake ass. I need to have a little. I have to be where I got to be me. It's not the same. Everybody wants you to be kids friendly. When why should kids be watching things they shouldn't be? You know what I mean? No, thank you. But thank you though. No, thank you. I need to be able to free. Girl, please. I'll mess around and start playing reggae music and start dancing and forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, mess around, be in some pum pum shots and some titty riders. No, thank you. Yep, same lesson. The boy will pay for the parents. Well, since all the parents fall upon the child, so everybody having babies with ancient people. Ancient people. They don't have to be Hallmark. You have to be. You have to want to give up all this stuff, and you have to be googly. I don't have a sidekick like I don't have a Undertaker. I don't have a. You know how you have Batman and Robin, Starsky and Hutch, all that. No, even people live too long. They do. They do. They do. No, you won't. I don't know why you lying to me. You won't even come up here. Jackie has. I was surprised she didn't record something for the chat. Jackie has a nice voice. Jackie has a nice white woman voice, by the way. Let me just let y'all know. And when she talks, uh-huh. She has a nice white woman voice. Y'all will be very entertained, especially when she said, mm-hmm. No, it's because we got it under control. No, I was confused. I was confused. Not even confused, confused. Yeah, but again, look at her. She's owning it. She got a white woman voice. Mm-hmm. Don't let her start telling you she a white woman too, because she just might, honey. She just might. Child. Let me see.
Let me call the hitman first. Huh? I'm gonna call my hitman and I'm gonna take you out.
You're not funny. You're not gonna take me out?
Yeah. I always take you out.
No, you don't. I'm not
Why
talking about food.
Why do people get on his stream? Why do people get on his stream just to tell him to leave her? What's the point of you getting on his stream to tell him to leave her like he's gonna leave her? That's where you at, Summer? You know dang well it's hot in Vegas. You saying it like it was a news flash. That's where you at? And is 100 and hell degrees? And is I don't know how Vegas and Arizona, not for the week. Not for the week. Not for the week. Summer, here's my advice. You need to get you a flight. Go to Bali. Go to Turks and Caicos. Go to the Barbados. Go to Trinidad or Tobago. Go to the Grenadines. Go to one of them islands and get you a little suntan. Summer girl, Arizona. I know. Yes, I'm. Shit. You're right. You're right. Girl. Oh well, Summer. You need to go see what they doing. What they doing in Vegas this weekend, honey? They gonna be right up your street. There's gonna be Ja and Kai. Ja and Kai. Or J and K. Shit. You better go hang out with them folks. Get your liberty on. Get your life on. Yes. Be in the in crowd, honey. I can imagine. It's so hard to scratch off your coochie hair. No, thank you. No, thank you. Arizona, Miss Arizona, no, thank you too. Never gave that. Absolutely not. Well, that tune, guys. I'm getting ready to get off of here because I gotta go eat. It's about that time. Thank you all for hanging with me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Pray and hope they finish each other over the weekend and we could get along, chat about all this nonsense. Until next time, Bookie Butts. What is the nose about? Goody night. Goody, goody, goody.